Welcome and welcome. This is Impossible Coin. I'm your host, Brian Cartwright. I'm joined by Rocky Hardy.
Yeah, it's me.
And Tegan Somerset.
That is also me.
How y'all doing?
I'm doing all right.
I'm existing in a space. Oh, it's fine. Everything's fine. We'll get there. We're not there yet. It's the top of the show, not the bottom.
I mean, life's been coming at me fast, but, I'm faster, so it's fine. It's whatever.
I mean, okay, but at least you get to do, like, a cool work thing and not show up for work at 4 a.m, like I get to do in a couple weeks.
Yeah, that's fair. I did do a lot of overtime this past week. It was a whole thing.
Rocky, I want you to know I fully expect you to count every game you play at the barcade in your games I played this week segment of the show.
Oh, that's fine. I'm pretty sure Brian and I will be able to geek over it because it's definitely a historical arcade. They don't have the Enter the Gungeon machine. I checked, so.
Do they have Pac-Man?
They almost certainly have Pac-Man.
Good.
I think there's a photo of it on their website.
Excellent. Perfect. Okay.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure that, arcades that don't either have a Pac-Man or Miss Pac-Man machine are in violation of some law.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's illegal. Well, okay, they can do that, but only if they have, Space Invaders instead. I think you have to have one or the other, and if you have both, that's how you know it's top tier.
I can't remember the last time I saw Space Invaders in an arcade. It's usually Galaga.
Yeah, it's usually Galaga.
Yeah.
Well, you can have Space Invaders if you don't have the other two, but you have to fill out a special form with the city.
I see. That makes sense. That tracks.
Yeah, it's generally known as the DDR provision. You're like, look, I'm not going to have Pac-Man. I'm not going to have Galaga, but look, I do have DDR. And there is one kid who comes in every day after school. And
That was me. Fuck. DDR was my after-school program before sports started, actually.
DDR was your babysitter?
Yeah. In elementary school, when I was too young to be at the arcade by myself, I had to go to the YWCA. Or, we had the YWCA, program after school. And then, closer to high school, or, late middle school, I had sports. But, that, 5th and 6th grade, sweet spot, and, off-season times, I was at the arcade spinning it out on DDR. That was me.
I just went to a regular after-school program. They gave us, snacks and let us run around outside. Sometimes we did homework.
I guess what I'm saying is that let's get that DDR provision back on the books. Let's make it a provision in every city in America.
I would like 2 forms of DDR. I would like at least one cabinet that's traditional DDR, the 4 metal pads on the floor, that whole thing.
Yeah.
And I would like one of these new modern DDR machines that have the entire mat is rainbow colored and
Or we get to slide step?
Yeah, I want one of those.
Brian, you seen the slide step DDR?
It is wild.
Slide step DDR is my favorite. It looks so cool. I feel like I would be so much cooler as a person if I knew how to play that particular DDR machine.
Can confirm.
Also, arcade owners, if you have gone to the effort to purchase an NBA Jam or NFL Blitz machine, please make sure they are in working order before you flip that fucker on.
Bro, there's a bar, and it's primarily a bar. It's not a barcade, but there's a bar with a couple arcade machines in town, and they have a Street Fighter 2 machine, and on player 1, you can't light punch. It's not there. But the trade-off is that on the player 2 slide, you cannot roundhouse. You can't heavy kick. So, I guess they just figure it's balanced and they leave it that way, but holy shit, man. It's every time.
I thought you were going to say player 2 can't block, and I was like, yeah, all right, fair, I guess.
No, that is completely unplayable, but no one will notice because everyone knows that blocking is the surest way to not do damage.
So you end up with a game of while you were studying the light punch, I was studying the roundhouse.
Yeah.
Oh man. The other essential sauce in any good arcade is most video arcades have the dedicated corner, which I'm going to call Pinball Alley.
Yeah!
True.
That's my favorite part. That's where I hang out. I love pinball machines.
Let's make sure that the pinball tables you got are good pinball tables and not tables that suck shit. Like, I love me a good pinball table. Like, give me, like, some Addams Family pinball.
What makes a good pinball table?
Ooh.
I don't play pinball. I don't know.
Okay.
You don't play pinball.
No, not really. I mean,
My father has 6 pinball machines in our basement.
What?
And
That's pretty lit.
He's had between 6 and 9 pinball machines in that basement since I was a baby.
Okay.
That's pretty lit.
I think this is the first time I realized that Tegan's father is, like, kind of
My
wealthy.
dad's cool. No, he's just cool.
Okay.
He buys them broken and fixes them himself.
Okay, well, even broken, pinball machines are generally fuck you expensive.
I mean, they're not that expensive in Ohio because there's nothing else to do.
Yeah, but also Ohio is like the heart of pinball country. I don't want to tell you how much I know specifically about pinball in Ohio.
Why do you know so much about pinball in Ohio? Why don't you live here, Brian?
Move
up here and experience proper pinball country.
There are reasons I know about pinball in Ohio. I cannot discuss them on the air. I'm not trying to be funny.
Every day I find out new ways that I have generational wealth, and every day I'm more uncomfortable with it.
Damn it. Brian, you were saying...
but yeah, like pinball...
You can't talk about pinball in Ohio. Sure, fine, whatever.
Okay, well...
The first rule about Fight Club is you can't talk about Fight Club. The second rule about Fight Club is you can't talk about pinball in Ohio.
Yeah, got him.
Okay, alright, well, you know what? Odds are low. I'll talk around it, and that'll give you give y'all an idea.
You know a pinball dealer in Ohio.
As y'all know, my current job is not my first job.
Right.
And at one of my previous jobs, which will remain unnamed, but at a previous job that I had, what I did was merchant risk underwriting, where I evaluated the risk of individual merchants who were processing up to $5 million a year.
$2 million? Oh, 5, sorry.
Yeah, up to $5 million a year in an effort to determine if they were fraud actors or if they presented a risk.
Right. To the company as a whole. I gotcha.
Sure. And I was like, oh, this person needs reserves, or this person's not going to be allowed to process, or et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Or we need to see your audited books. And I may have reviewed a merchant who operated in the pinball space, and they may have been local to the Midwest, and most of their suppliers may have been located in Ohio because most of America's like major pinball suppliers are located in Ohio, which meant that I may have spent an inordinate amount of time on the phone talking to pinball suppliers in Ohio.
Okay.
So
that's wild.
For sure.
That's a thing I've done. Or have not done. Who knows?
So Tegan may be a beneficiary of generational wealth. You know, that's a fair dice roll.
Yeah.
But also, maybe Tegan's dad has a pinball guy.
My dad, I think, mostly bought pinball machines on, like, eBay originally.
Okay.
I know when I was, like, getting into, like, middle school and high school was when, like, Craigslist showed up. And he started getting pinball machines on Craigslist. So, like, we had Lord of the Jungle, which he ended up selling eventually. We had Diamond Lady, which he ended up selling. We do have a Rocky and Bullwinkle cabinet with the antlers, which is apparently a big deal. We have a Doctor Who machine with I think it's a Dalek on top that he's working on right now. There was a Genie pinball machine in our basement for a long time that my dad was trying to repair termite damage on.
Okay, just real quick. Yeah. When you say Genie, are you talking about, like, Bewitched, or I Dream of Genie, or, like...
I don't know what it was actually called, but it had, like, the I Dream of Genie, like, style Genie on it. But there were a couple different girls in, like, those little Genie outfits. So I don't know if it was an I Dream of Genie themed one, or if it was just, like, a generic Genie themed one.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Just to let you know, the last time a Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle with intact antlers sold.
Oh, shit.
The transaction did not happen on eBay because that's where fucking nerds and losers go for their pinball machine.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe that. My dad is both a nerd and a loser, but you know.
Get fucked.
No,
I guess.
I'm just saying that, like,
Mr. Somerset
is that if he shifted over to Craigslist, he already knows what's up. Okay. Like,
yeah, he's smart.
That is not a rookie move
dumb.
on pinball. Getting off of eBay and moving to Craigslist is like, it's not a rookie move. It's not a rookie move. He knows what's up. But the last time an intact Adventure of Rocky and Bullwinkle with intact antlers sold, and the antlers were in what I would generously call okay condition, it sold for $3,200.
That's pretty significant, yeah.
Yeah. With the antlers in better shape, you're getting closer to $4,000.
I'm going to keep my mouth shut because I was about to ask a stupid question.
Tegan, ask your question.
Tegan,
we're on a
live
podcast.
your truth. This is a podcast.
Is $4,000 a lot of money? Because I don't think that's a lot of money.
Tegan has got generational. This is an exciting development on this show. I did not.
I mean, we've talked about video games that have sold for, bajillion dollars, essentially. So, like, $4,000 does not seem like that much.
Okay, so, and like,
that's fair.
And I guess the difference is that, like, think about what, like, the minimum price for entry is to, like, video games as a hobby, right?
Right.
Or even collecting video games as a hobby.
Mm-hmm.
The initial entry point is, like, that trajectory is pretty low. You can get into it now, like, there's stuff like rolling up on, like, a sealed Mario Brothers is going to obviously cost you an arm and a leg in this current environment. But, like, you can get into collecting games without fucking yourself pretty hard.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Right. Pinball, on the other hand, if you come across a machine and you're like, yeah, man, one of the flippers on this here table's broken, the glass is cracked, you're going to need to replace the glass, and a bear shit in it. And you're like, okay, well, how much for the machine then? $2,000. That's like, that's pinball, Tegan. That's the thing. Is that, like,
every day I discover I have access to generational wealth, and every day I'm uncomfortable with it.
Okay, guys. So, as fun as this has been, and I know we initially did start with arcades, we are not actually a pinball podcast.
We should be a pinball podcast.
And so, we are actually a podcast about video games, so maybe we should talk about those just a little bit.
Okay, that's fair.
As a thought.
Do you want to start? Do you want to talk about a video game? Did you play one recently?
Yeah. I'll talk about some video games. So I finished Tales of Symphonia on stream. I beat the shit out of Mythos. He was wrong. I was right. No moral quandaries at all. Lloyd is the best video game character to ever live. I have the best friends, and it was sick. I'm kidding. But I really liked my time I spent with Tales of Symphonia. I think it had big RPG moments, but I think one of the better things about it compared to other RPGs is that combat runtime is rarely super long, which is something that I've seen a lot more with, like, Western RPGs as a whole, which is, I think, why Tales of Symphonia stood out so much in the West, is that, like, pretty much every fight, like, literally, like, the last boss fight, right, which was a 2-stage boss fight against Mythos, I fought him with my party and beat both phases in a total runtime of about 7 minutes.
That is a short fight.
Right. But the thing is, it's still intense because there's still a billion things going on. Like, it turned the screen into a bullet hell, and I'm, like, hitting my combos with Lloyd, like, pressing all of my buttons. So it's, like, it's a short burst of, like, intense moments. And, like, most of, like, the game as a whole, when you end up in, like, even your trash fights, they range, honestly, somewhere between, like, 10 and 30 seconds. It doesn't eat up a lot of time. That's what allows me to, like, clear this kind of RPG that has these, like, large first, second, and third act plot twists in about 35 hours. I didn't do a lot of, like, side quests, of which there are many, and there's a lot of really cool things to explore about the world. But, like, when the game, like, opens up, you kind of just, like, glide through it, and that's really cool.
Huh.
Even, like, when I was, like, banging my head against, like, the fight against Kratos to, like, unlock Origin or whatever. And that was a major boss fight, a huge, like, turning point in the game. And I lost that fight about 3 or 4 times. But, like, all told, I actually spent about maybe 45 minutes in that section, And like in other RPGs, if I lost like that many times having to like retrace the steps of like moving through a dungeon to get to a guy, that's like a multi-hour endeavor. And I really dig that about Tales of Symphonia. And like the Tales series also has like similar run times, but you know, Symphonia I think has better drawn characters and a more fleshed out story. But I had a very good time playing it. I'm looking forward to those types of things in Arise. I know it has a very different combat system, but I want to see an engaging combat system with memorable characters, with intense moments that don't feel super dragged out. But we'll see what happens. I'm starting it, I guess, today, like in time of release or whatever.
Oh, did it only come out? Oh, wait, you're right. You mean like show today, not recording today.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay. I was like, wait, you're going to play it today? And it's like, oh, wait, no, you're not.
Nah, they still got a bunch of other things I got to get through. Another thing that I have been playing that I recently just like put together in my head is that Crosscode A New Home, which is the expansion and ending to the Crosscode game, recently made its way onto consoles. It actually made its way about a month ago, today, day of recording. And I just missed the day. I had a lot going on. I wasn't paying attention. That's how I missed fucking Buck Up and Drive before.
That happens.
But I sat down and I was like, I want to play Crosscode A New Home. And so I fired up my Switch. I connected to the shop. I gave the eShop the $10 that they were asking for and booted up the game. And it feels great so far. I'm back with like the cast. Like Lee still can't speak really, but she's gotten an update on her AI, so now she has all the question words. She's been pulled out of the weird digital purgatory that she's been waiting in while they figure out what they're going to do with like the AI avatars that are part of this weird MMO experience. And when she gets pulled out, she sees a lot of familiar faces. Things appear to have gone well. They've negotiated with the company that owns the game. And the first thing that they tell her is that evotars are going to be brought into the game. And they made a little village for them to live. And it's a private space. So I was worried at first. It was like, man, when they find out evotars are in the game, they're just going to have people standing outside of their house at all times, like the early weeks of Pokemon Go. But luckily for her, they decide this is a private space, only evotars and like select few players can enter. And they gave Leah a very cute little house. It's 2 stories tall. It's immaculately drawn in pixel. And like, I'm a little heartbroken that Lee's a homeowner before I am, but you know, I'll get there when I get there. They haven't gotten to it yet, but apparently there's going to be a function. They're going to give a job for evotars to do in the game at some point. And I don't know what that is yet.
Ooh, okay.
But what we have learned also, So I talked about this a long time ago, like maybe 2 years ago now. But there was a character that Lee was like taken to the weird, like off-map space where this like weird antagonist of the game was actually manipulating things. Like he made a digital copy of an actual character and as an evotar and like held him prisoner there. And he was there with Lee.
That sounds illegal.
Yeah, no, it's super illegal.
Oh, okay,
actually.
cool, good.
Yeah, it's a big problem that we definitely dealt with over the course of the initial like game.
Okay.
But that evotar is still around, right? So he's still a dude. There's a guy in the game who's playing the game and logs off and goes and lives his like precious little life or whatever. And there's a copy of his memories before that raid encounter where he was copied. And he's just stuck in the digital purgatory too. But they bring him out and like they have the guy essentially meet his clone. And so like, you know, that didn't go well initially because like the clone's like, oh shit, I'm the fake one. It's like, oh man, they did this? This is insane. And they did joke about it a little bit, like when they were like, so what do we call you guys? And like the clone's like, well, you can call me Super Lucas. And then like the real one's like, I guess you could call me True Lucas. And everyone's like, we're not doing that. We're not going to do that with you. But we eventually ended up going and finishing the raid encounter that we didn't get to do over the course of the game because we got pulled out and taken to the Vermilion Wasteland. Mm. And after that, we've been introduced to a new zone, which is supposed to complete the actual main quest of like the MMO game, where like you're supposed to go to these towers and like activate them and meet the gods or whatever. And so like the fourth place is there, and it's a little seaside adventure. And So I got to like, do the old crosscode things in a new area. And there's a lot of really, really neat decisions that I love about this game. Like, for example, when you enter a new area, there are things to collect. You have like a sort of like botany encyclopedia that you fill out by collecting things on the map. There are also monsters that you can like chain fight like forever. But like one of the things is that if you just want to walk into an area and walk around, the monsters will not aggro you no matter what. They will just walk around. If you accidentally hit one, then like that enemy will aggro you until you kill it. Mm-hmm. But if you just want to walk around and explore, just like look around and like get a scope of the jumping puzzles or like get ahead of like the botany collection, you can just do that. So I did that for like 25 minutes and I had a great time. There's a really crisp like set of sound effects that the game has where like you hit like a bush or something and it breaks and it like feeds you an item. And like I miss that. And that seems like a really tiny like esoteric thing to miss. But, like, I haven't played this game in, like, a year and a half, and I hit a bush, and I was, like, there again. I was like, yes, this is fucking crosscode.
It produced the exact right serotonin.
Yeah. And then, like, once I, like, walked around the zone, I started to, like, walk directly into, like, the dungeon. And I was, like, dying because I didn't know any of the enemy patterns. And, like, I was still a little underlevel for this area. Like, when I walked out and I saw, like, an enemy, they're, like, level 71, and I'm level 64. I'm like, maybe I should fight a little bit. So then I go back to, like, the beginning of, like, the area, because, like, Crosscode has, like, a chain battle system where as you hit things and they die, you, like, increase in grade, and, like, the higher your grade is by the time you finish your run, the more experience and, like, stats you get out of, like, your leveling. Like, I went back to the beginning of the stage, and then, like, I fought my way through, and, like, the grades, like, go about you hit stuff, but there's, like, a really special animation that happens when, like, you get to S rank. Like, you kill the enemy that gets you to S rank. There's, like, a huge, like, zoom-in, like, spiral thing. The music, like, goes, like, a key higher. And, like, there's now, like, new particle effects floating around the screen. And then you can just stay there as long as you stay in S rank. And there's, like, just the right amount of enemies that, like, you get to, like, S rank about halfway through, like, the curvature of the level. And then you spend the next half in, like, S rank. And then I got, like, through my lap or whatever. And then I finished my combo. And then I went up 3 levels. So I'm probably going to do that again and I'll probably be fine. I'm very excited to see what the dungeon is like. I hope it's both familiar and new, which is a weird thing to ask for, but I believe in this team. And, looking forward to that.
Man, I wish I liked Crosscode, because it sounds good.
Yeah, I get that.
Tegan, for me, it's a different feel, but I think that's a close feel. Like, I think my feel, like, lives in the neighborhood of your feel.
Right.
Which is that, like, every time Rocky talks about Crosscode, I'm like, I'm a fucking loser for not making the time for Crosscode.
Yeah, we have very similar emotions on it, where I'm just like, I know I don't like this game, but I really like listening to Rocky talk about it because he's obviously having a blast.
Right. Like, Crosscode sounds weird and complicated, but all in ways that, to me, sound very inviting. Like, I'm like, Jesus Christ, this game is entirely up its own ass, but it sounds so fucking cool.
It is cool, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like, Jesus fucking
I thought you were going to say it is up its own ass.
It is also very much up its own ass. It's a single-player RPG that's pretending to be an MMO, and you're a character that can't talk. That's the game. That's what you're playing right now. Like, oh, God.
Brian, I think you do need to just make the effort to make the time for it.
Tegan? Yeah. At some point during this episode, you're going to yell at me for not playing Skyward Sword.
That is also accurate. Like, there are 2 wolves living inside of me. One of them wants you to play Skyward Sword, and the other one wants you to play Crosscode.
Which wolf is inheriting the pinball machines?
Yes, they're both playing pinball machines.
Okay, what I'll do, like, I'm going to stream Crosscode from start to finish at some point. I don't know when, but that'll be like, once I have a capture card and like a ring light, and then like I'll just like sit down for like a week and just play the shit out of Crosscode. Because I think everyone wins in that one. Oh fuck, that's right. I can buy the IKEA ring light.
Desk.
No, I like my faux wood desk actually. Like I really like it a lot. Like,
You mean you like your IKEA desk? That sounds like an IKEA desk already.
No, this isn't. This is a random nondescript Amazon desk.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Fancy.
Nah, not really. It's kind of small, but it's cool.
I'd like to remind everyone that there are people who speak for Rocky's desk.
There are people who don't.
Brett is one of the ones that don't, yeah.
Yeah. None of us actually speak for Rocky's desk.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I own the desk and I don't speak for it, man. It can say what it wants.
It is, in fact, a silent protagonist.
Say it with its chest.
Good lord.
Oh, God.
So, okay.
It's okay.
Like, how, like, so this is like a full-on ass, like, expansion for this game?
Sorta. So, like, it's an expansion to the game. It's a conclusion to the story, because, like, the story ends, but not in a way that, like, closes all of its loops. This one purports to close all of its loops. It's adding another dungeon, of which the initial game had, I guess, technically 5. So there's a new dungeon, there's a new boss fight, and there are, like, additional challenges. Like, one of the things that I ran into is, at one point I had to revisit, like, old areas, and there's a dude just standing in, like, full ninja regalia with an exclamation point over his head. So I talk to him, and he says, "I accept your challenge." And then he poofs and he disappears, and there's a note where he was standing. And then, like, the note reads, "I accept your duel at such and such place. The duel will begin when all the enemies in the area have been defeated." So, like, to trigger that duel, I'll have to go out to this area, wipe out everything, and then he poofs and shows up and I fight him. And there's a handful of those, like, throughout the game so far.
What the fuck? Just like, haha, I accept your challenge. I
Yeah.
didn't do anything.
Yeah.
My work here is done, but you didn't do anything.
I should probably just say I accept your challenge before I try to make a stinky pickle. Like, it seems like a good thing to do.
Yeah, that makes some sense.
Yeah. Good lord.
I say I accept your challenge every time someone tries to ask me about The Legend of Zelda.
Oh, man. Also, send more challenging Zelda questions. I think Tegan will appreciate that, and I'll get a good laugh.
I do. I appreciate them a lot. Also, that's a thing. I'll wait my turn. It's okay.
No, go ahead. It's your turn.
Oh, so our friend of the show, Gata from My Name is Gata on Twitch, they write TTRPGs sometimes, and one of their patrons has asked them to write a Legend of Zelda TTRPG, and so I've been doing that all week.
Oh, shit.
It is very fun. What's been happening, here's how it's been going, is Gata will come into the Discord where he's been working on this and goes, "I need this," and then just waits while I info dump for an hour and a half, and then go, "I can stop." Like, they were like, "I need gods," and I was like, "Okay," and I just went bleh with, like, every like, major deity, and then a bunch of minor deities, and then a bunch of people who are, like, or, like, creatures that are, like, seen as gods, but maybe aren't gods, and, like, this whole thing, and then I was like, "I can stop," and God was like, "No, it's okay, keep going, I set you up," and then you just went off, and that's fine. It's been good. It's been a good use of, I know too much about this one thing. If you know too much about one thing, might I recommend trying to write a TTRPG around it? You'll feel very good about the amount of stuff you know about that one thing.
I don't know anything about shit.
Brian, fuck off.
What are you talking
Brian,
about?
You know so many things,
you know
and I don't
a lot.
appreciate you pretending not to now.
You know more than I know.
Well, nobody wants to play the tabletop role-playing game of Risk Assessment.
Ooh, bet.
Actually, that might be cool. Make the TTRPG for Risk Assessment, and then market it as a training tool that you can sell to companies to help them train their employees.
Why did you just tell me to die inside, Tegan?
Because I enjoy watching people die inside, Brian.
She does. It's true.
Tegan, you're a fucking menace.
I am. I'm a malicious. I am a malicious god. Like, we understand this.
Tegan, it's still your turn.
Oh, it is my turn. Yeah, so that's the one thing I've been doing. The other, I forgot it was still my turn. I did finish Skyward Sword. He's good. And then I took like a 2-minute break to play a different game. Not 2 minutes, like 15 minutes maybe. And then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to play Breath of the Wild. And so I started playing Breath of the Wild again.
All right.
I can't help it. I just want to go around Hyrule and go. And this, ladies and gentlemen, you'll remember from 3 weeks ago when we were here in Skyward Sword. And this, ladies and gentlemen, you'll recognize from where we're about to go in Ocarina of Time. Also, somebody requested that I start, so good. It's a good game. Breath of the Wild, good game. I'm excited. I do have to also start Horizon Zero Dawn, but I can't start that right now because Alex is playing Deathloop. So I have to wait my turn on the PlayStation. Well, no, I can play it on the PlayStation 4. I just gotta figure out my settings for the capture card stuff. It's not gonna be that hard to figure out.
Nah, not even close.
I'm smart. We can figure it out. It's one banana, what's it cost? Like $8? Breath of the Wild, still good. After playing Skyward Sword and jumping back into Breath of the Wild immediately, I forgot how quiet Breath of the Wild is. And honestly, it's a little unsettling.
It really is.
It really is.
I still contend that I think that is intentional.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
100%. For sure.
Like, because part of Breath of the Wild's whole fucking point is, welcome to the world where Link fucked up.
Yep.
Yeah. Ugh.
It's good, though.
It's so good.
Oh, it's so good. It feels bad. It feels good. It feels bad. You know? Everything went to shit. And it feels like everything went to shit. But, like, it's communicated very clearly, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Like, it's subtle, but it's there. You're like, you absolutely know, like, this is wrong. And you can't quite say why it's wrong until you get to, like, oh, yeah, you lost, like, literally at the very beginning of the game where they're like, oh, yeah, you lost, like, 100 years ago. Congratulations. It's like, what?
Yeah, you got bodied and then spent 100 years in a tanning bed, you know.
Yeah, have a nap. Then fire the missiles. That's what he's doing. But for this playthrough that I'm going to do on stream, what I've decided is I'm going to do enough shrines that I have the 13 hearts, and then I'm going to go get the Master Sword. And then we're going to do all of the Divine Beasts. That's how I'm going to play this one.
But Zelda can hear the voice in the sword?
Zelda can hear Fee, yes. The voice in the sword has a name, Rocky.
No, but I mean like in Breath of the Wild. That's the thing that I'm like...
Yes, in Breath of the Wild. Yes. Oh, yes. And I had a brain blast in the middle of my Skyward Sword, like the final like hour and a half that it took me to beat Demise. Sorry, I'm bad at fighting Demise. And also, they didn't telegraph this clearly in the game. And I'm going to tell you, Brian, because you're going to forget by the time you get there probably, like I did. But you can sort of Skyward Strike in your fight with Demise. You have to let your sword get hit by lightning the way that his sword gets hit by lightning, and then you can Skyward Strike him. It is it's very weird. I was trying to do the vertical spin slash, which is like a way to avoid lightning damage while you're doing everything in this fight. And then someone was like, you can Skyward Strike here. And I was like, I can? And I did not remember being able to Skyward Strike previously, so I was very excited about it. It was a good game. But yeah, so in the middle of it, I had a brain blast that dehydrated Ganon under the thing is probably not dehydrated Ganon. It's straight up Demise. Straight up Demise.
I'm listening.
It is him. So, like, you're gonna go down and you're gonna remove the hand that is sealing literal Demise, which is probably also just Skyward Sword Link's spirit sealing Demise, and also Hylia, like the actual god. So, but I just sat in the middle and I was just like, oh, and then everyone was like, what, are you okay? Like, what happened? And I was like, I'm having a thought, hang on. I can't articulate it yet. I got excited. I can't wait for that all in Breath of the Wild 2. Just me screaming like that. Like, oh, wait, hang on.
Wait, but if dehydrated Ganon is Demise...
It's not Ganon, it's Demise.
Right. Is there anything that, like, suggests why Demise's, like, corpse would be held underneath Hyrule Castle?
Demise is essentially, like, the essence of him is sealed within the blade, is sealed within Fee, in the Master Sword specifically.
Okay.
And with Fee being damaged, and his physical form being below Hyrule Castle, which would have been where the original sacred ground was, like when it comes down, when spoiler alert, Brian, when the goddess statue in Skyloft plummets to the ground, it lands in the sealing ground, and the entire force of the goddess statue seals and dispels, essentially, Demise's power there. And that particular location, I don't think we officially know where it is in Breath of the Wild. Some people were saying that it's in the Forgotten Temple, but the statue that's in the Forgotten Temple, like the goddess statue that's in the Forgotten Temple, is too small still, because the one that fell from Skyloft is like 200 stories tall. It's massive. So if, with Fee being weakened and no longer able to contain Demise's spirit, when you go down with Zelda and fuck up the sealing magic on Demise's physical form, his spirit theoretically could escape the sword, go back in his body, and then is revived. And that's why it, like, turns and looks at you, because you've reunited its spirit and its body. As opposed to, like, Ganon, who is a corrupted incarnation of Demise. Hi. I know too much about Zelda. Here's the thing. Here's what's gonna have to happen. I need a title, Nintendo. I need a title to look at. Because a lot of people are starting to point more towards, like, the Zonai tribes, which are an ancient race that's lived alongside the Sheikah, or maybe lived before the Sheikah, and then the Sheikah just repurposed the Zonai ruins. And I think the Zonai are the first people from Skyloft who decided to start living on the Earth, which would make them all descendants of Groose and, like, that gang. And also Link and Zelda. So we need, and I know we're going back to Skyloft. I know we are. You can't hide that from me. It's very obvious now. I just want the title. Please just give me the title so I can start doing stuff again. But yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot going on. We're going to have to do another episode. Another Zelda episode. Special episode.
For sure.
Probably.
Tegan?
Yeah.
What's Potion Craft?
What is Potion Craft? An excellent question. Potion Craft is a game that we actually saw during the Humble Direct this year at E3. Mm-hmm. And it is a medieval potion seller game, essentially. What you do is you're a potion maker, you've purchased an abandoned wizard's house, and you find a bunch of potion ingredients in their backyard, and so you just set up shop making potions. And it's not something that's really, like, streamable. The gameplay is pretty, like, chill. You take the potion ingredients, you, like, crush them up in your mortal arm pestle, you throw them in your pot, you stir them up a bunch until they get to, like, the right amount of stirring, and then you heat it up, and then you have made a potion. And the more potions you make, the more on your, like, recipe map you're able to explore and uncover. And then you're able to make new potions. And while you're working on that, people come into your shop and they ask you for potions. And, like, not everything you'll be able to make right away, but they won't leave your shop until you're able to make what they want. Or, like, you're able to sell them something. Yeah, they don't leave the shop. They just hang out. You can make potions. You can take your time making potions. Because, like, these guests don't leave unless they have a potion, essentially, right now. It's in early access, but it's cute so far. It's a very quiet kind of game, if that makes sense. It's, like, quiet, like, meditative, not quiet, like, sneaky. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. So far, it's been pretty fun. I've managed to make a pretty good healing potion, which has been nice, and a light poison, which I did sell to someone to fix their, like, rat problem that they were having. Mm-hmm. But I haven't like uncovered a ton of other potions. I do have some more ingredients. I did have an herbalist stop by the other day, and they sold me some ingredients that I can't normally get my hands on, which is nice. I don't fully understand how there's a bartering system where, like, you can, like, trade a potion and then, like, you can kind of haggle the price of stuff. And somehow, whenever I haggle it so that I am paying more money instead of paying less money. So I need to revisit that. There's it's like, you know how in Genshin Impact when you're cooking, you like, thing goes up and then you click it when it's in the yellow portion and like, ta-da, you made perfect food. It's like that, but the scale part bounces back and forth, and there's different things that you can select in that bounce pattern that are like attempts at bartering, I guess. That are like, oh, well, like, you try to be, like, charming, and so, like, that's a point on the thing, or you like, talk about the ingredients or whatever, and, like, it seems like it's supposed to be the more you select, each time you hit the golden ratio for something, or the golden, like, spot for it or whatever, it gets harder to select that same thing because it shrinks more.
Okay.
And I don't know if I'm supposed to hit it until it vanishes completely, and, like, that's when I get the bonus for bartering with it, or if I'm supposed to do something else. But I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
we'll figure it out. We got time. You know. It's been neat, though. I am enjoying it. It's very much like a good chill-out game.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's what matters.
Yeah. It's got a good, like, relaxing vibe to it. I'll play some more of it this week, and then I'll probably come back to it. I'll give a better explanation of what the heck's going on next time. But also, I'm playing more Genshin. Alex and I are finally at the point where, like, he wants to do domains again. Which means that I have someone to do domains with, so now it's much easier to run stuff. So now I'm actually, like, equipping my characters with stuff that's appropriate for them. Instead of just, like, hanging out with level 70 characters who are all using the Gladiators finale set.
Are the numbers going burr?
The numbers are going burr. Not as high as I want them to, but that's okay. I'm also starting to do more of the weapons domains so that I can, like, level up my weapons, because, like, you know how you make your numbers go burr even better is you level up your fucking sword so it does more than 100 base damage. I'm so dumb. It's fine though. We both have the Raiden Shogun though, and so we were just running around getting level up materials for the Raiden Shogun, and we're just like, oh, you're like, beautiful woman, please. I love her so much. She's so fun. The lore's getting wonk, though. Like, I know we talked about the Genshin lore being weird before, but, like, it's getting weird.
Weird how?
Spoiler for the Archon quest. The Electro Archon is a puppet that was created by the Electro Archon spirit that is now living in the sword that lives in the Electro Archon puppet's boobs. And also Scaramouche is a puppet.
You know what? That adds up, actually.
Yeah. Like, it makes sense, but also what?
Yeah.
Now, Alex pointed out that whenever Shincho does his, like, ultimate attack, basically, like, shoots swords of water around, and one of the things he can say when he's using that attack is, witness the power of Guhua, because he's part of the Guhua clan of, like, sword fighting styles. And Alex was like, whenever I hear that, I just see, like, witness the power of Booba. And he was playing Raiden Shogun, so I did the thing. And he just goes, witness the power of Guhua! And then he did his ultimate, so, like, she pulls the sword out of her chest and does, like, her fucking rendering all of existence impossible thing. And it was just like, witness the power of Booba! And then I felt like a very mature adult because I was laughing. Good times. I like being able to play a game with Alex. It's fun.
I might have something to talk about, but not yet. It'll be later. It'll be later. Brian, what have you been playing, bro?
So I kept on seeing something which, like, I guess caught me by surprise. Like, I kept on seeing people talking about Cruisin' Blast in, like, a very, very positive light.
For sure.
And, like, people were like, Cruisin' Blast is great. Cruisin' Blast is great. And I kept on, like, Thor, is it though face? And
right. It's like, this is great. Is it though?
And then eventually I saw John Vignacchi being like, look, if Cruisin' Blast isn't on people's Game of the Year list, then this world is broken.
I mean, we already know this world is broken.
I'm like, all right, John Vignacchi, I know you wear your heart on your sleeve and that you love games a lot. And you're also now like the third-party relations guy at Nintendo. Fine, John Vignacchi, I'll buy this video game. And so I bought Cruisin' Blast.
Was that the game that I saw you posting stuff on Twitter?
Yes, it is.
Oh, it is?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
All right.
Alright.
Tegan, how absolutely fucking bonkers is that shit? Like,
every time you post stuff, I'm like, is this like a Grand Theft Auto racing game? Is that what I'm looking at?
so
You were doing a thing where you were like going over a cliff. You were in a pickup truck and there was just money coming out of the back of your pickup truck. I think that's what was happening.
And so in each race, there are money pickups that can be used to like purchase upgrades for your vehicles. Like you level individual vehicles, and so you get like level XP, and then you can then get money to either purchase whole new vehicles or upgrade existing vehicles. You get money for various things, including like first place finishes, finishing tours for the first time, beating previous best track times on the course, airtime. They're very big.
Airtime?
Yes. Rocky, did you have a question? I thought I heard a noise.
Mm-mm.
I think it was just me going, airtime?
Okay. Tricks causing other vehicles to wipe out or get busted.
Mm-hmm.
There is a ridiculous... The amount of crazy shit you can do in this game is just so silly. So, like, in this game, if you have a giant amount of air and you're flying through the air, and you're like, I'm flying through the air, and you then, while flying through the air, start to press in the trigger for drifting, your car will then start to spin in the air, and you get a guy who says, like, helicoptering. And
oh my god, what?
yes, this game is completely fucking bonkers. I think I might have hit some of them in one of the two videos I posted. There are forward arrows in the ground which like cause you to speed up at high speeds, like a la like Mario Kart.
Right.
There are power-ups along the path. There are extensive secret paths along every level. And like there are hidden in every level 3 keys. So it's all about like, okay, like, can you find keys to unlock secret vehicles and secret courses? Like, this is the most late 90s party racing game. It's kind of like, what if Diddy Kong Racing and Wipeout had a baby, and then Cruisin' USA got to wash across the room, and it is this video game. It's fucking banana pants. It is absolutely banana pants. That one where there's like an entire like cliff collapsing and there's like a graveyard full of airplanes and shit like that.
Yeah.
That is one of the more like sedate and sober moments I've experienced in the game. Like that is the game being not particularly bonkers. Like I have had stuff like the Millennium Wheel in London crashing across the road and I have to like swerve to avoid it.
Oh god.
I have dodged dinosaurs. It is so cool. It is fucking crazy. The way that like the car handling feels, it definitely feels like a kart racer. But the way that like the acceleration and collision mechanics work feel very, very much like a hover car racer. Like this is...
Oh, okay.
Oh, this is one of the most fun video games I have played in a while. Like, this is a video game-ass video game. Now, admittedly, I may be very deeply demographically targeted here. Like, this may be a video game targeting old people, but I don't think so. I think this is a video game just targeting people who like fun. I think if you like fun...
This is a video game that is targeting you directly, though.
Yes, I am targeted directly. However, if you enjoy fun... Cruisin' Blast will do you right. I will now open the floor to questions regarding Cruisin' Blast.
The dinosaurs, are they, like, are we talking, like, Jurassic Park style?
Yes.
Or is it, like...
Yes. They're just there. So are the aliens.
They just hang out. The aliens?
Yes.
You didn't say aliens before, though.
Well, there are aliens, as well as ghosts, and, you name it. Like
Luigi's Mansion Haunted Extreme Trip 2018.
Like, I was on literally the second. There's a very, very specific kind of serotonin that is released by the brain when you are racing on Rainbow Road in Mario Kart, right?
Right.
It's not even released by playing the rest of Mario Kart. It is the Rainbow Road serotonin. It is released periodically every few years whenever you play the new version of Rainbow Road.
Mm-hmm.
Cruisin' Blast releases that serotonin.
Ooh. Okay. Huh. Interesting.
Yes.
That's a bold statement.
Tegan, I'm aware.
I know you wouldn't. I don't think I would make that statement if I just felt like regularly strongly about a video game, but you don't make that kind of statement often.
Yeah. There are video games which ask you to unlock a bunch of shit, and like you look at it and you're like, fuck you, video game, this is a chore. Like, you've given me a job. I have a job. I have to go like do work. Like, why are you asking me to job work? Why are you asking me to game job? Like, it's just like,
right.
And Cruisin' Blast is like, hey, bud, do you want to unlock all this stuff? And I'm like, yeah, because unlocking everything is fun as shit. Like...
You're like, fuck yeah, give me more stuff to unlock.
Right. And it's like, oh, you mean I can do this course again and look for the keys? I want to look for the keys. Or when you find out something and you're like, hey, is that a secret path? And then you, like, veer into something. You're like, it is a secret path. There's a whole bunch of shit over here I didn't even know about. It's a good feel. It's a very good feel. Like, there's nothing like crashing through a double-decker bus to discover that the double-decker bus was idling in front of a narrow Diagon alley behind it, which opens up an entirely other path, and you're like, yeah.
Is it a shortcut, or is it just a path?
They're generally shortcuts.
Okay.
Sometimes they're not, but in cases where they're not, it's usually because there is a reward for that risk.
Oh, okay.
Meaning, like, you took this path, and this path is where one of the keys is hidden or something like that.
I see, okay. So, like, it's not always, like, you take this path and you'll absolutely fuck yourself. It's like, even if you fuck yourself for this particular race, there are benefits to taking
Exactly. Like, there's a
I see.
There's a hidden vehicle over here, or there's a vehicle upgrade, or there's a key, or it's a great shortcut. And if it's a great shortcut, then there's a good chance that you'll beat your course record, which will give you more XP. The vehicles, like, most of the vehicles in the game are not, like, modern vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
And this might be even clued in by the fact that, like, I'm driving around in a fucking Hummer, and they haven't made Hummers for years. They're just like, fuck it, you want a Hummer? And it's like, yeah, no, there's... And I mean, Jesus, I just realized how that sounded. But, like, they haven't made Hummers for years, but yet Hummers is one of the vehicles in this game.
Mm-hmm.
But other vehicles in the game are just like, hey, do you want a cherry red 59 Corvette? Here you go.
Who doesn't want a cherry 59 Corvette?
Yeah. So,
that's the pretty one, right? That's the real pretty one?
Very, very pretty. So, like...
Okay, cool, yeah. I'm making an assumption about cars.
So there are, like, lots and lots of, like, cool classic cars. They definitely picked cars based on, like, what are cars that are fun to look at? They're just like, let's get you pretty cars.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the vibe. It's a game that, like, prides itself on spectacle. There is just wild shit left and right happening in it. It's a very good time. The next game that I want to talk about is a game. So, like, a couple of weeks ago on the podcast, I talked about a video game. I think its name was, like, called, like, Fuck You, We Want Your Money, or Give Me Your Wallet.
Like that. Right. Some kind of straight up corporate thievery game.
Yeah, like Shithead Pinball Experience or something.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I lamented at the time saying, like, where are the good JRPGs which use pinball as their combat mechanic? And then I saw Rami Ishmael on Twitter talking about Beastbreaker, and he's like, Beastbreaker just came out, and it's so good, and it's a JRPG where the primary combat mechanic is pinball. And I was like, oh, I feel like the timing on this couldn't be better, because I was just angry at a video game for being a JRPG with pinball that was just nothing more than like a naked, like, gotcha.
Half grab.
Yeah, like it's a gotcha fuck you experience. So I grabbed Beastbreaker, and lo and behold, it's so good. I wouldn't call it I wouldn't call it a pure pinball experience, but like the way that you interact with like bouncing off of things, and the way that like different parts of like bosses during combat experience react, like bumpers definitely feel like a pinball table, but a lot of like setting up the motion of your character feels like billiards. It feels like a billiards cross pinball for combat, which is,
oh, okay, that's interesting.
yeah, which is definitely like an interesting feel. And like the way it handles turns is interesting too. Various creatures that you'll encounter will have like these like shields or like protective layers around their cores, and you defeat enemies by eliminating their cores.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever it's their turn, they'll regenerate a certain number of layers around their cores. So it's helpful to, in combat, like prioritizing hitting their weaker cores first that might not have protective layers around them at all, which will reduce the size of their attack zone when they attack you, and hitting some of the other cores which are around like their legs and stuff can like reduce their mobility, which all like sets them up for, you have like a variety of like charge attacks available to you as well. So like when you've bounced off enough bumpers, you then get something where you are able to like plow through an object with your strike as opposed to bouncing off of it.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, which allows you to like hit like multiple hits on a single contact. So it's like, it feels really good to like say clear the shell around like the central core and then line up your charge and be like, all right, here we go, and then just do your big fucking JRPG move right into its central core. Also in this game, you are it is the most JRPG-ass JRPG. You are a like little country mouse who just dreams of being a hero. You're like, I want to be a hero. And your mom's is like, why don't you stay here on the farm? And you're like, I dream of going on this giant quest. I want to be a hero. And so you set out to save the world with your like wooden sword, little anthropomorphic mouse.
Baby.
Yeah.
Tiny mouse boy.
Right.
Aw, that's cute.
And so like the vibe of the world, the storytelling is also like good. So it's got like good writing, good character design. The pinball action is fun. And it struck me as a thing that felt like a well-timed retort to somebody being like, please just throw money at like the gotcha pulls on this like fucking shitty pinball game. So like it's like, hooray, like here's a good pinball JRPG, and it's $12. It's $12. So they're like launching right now. And I think that's $12 well spent. If it manages to like further exceed my expectations, I'll let y'all know. If it happens to somehow fall off a cliff, and I don't see how it could, but if it does, I'll let you know that as well. But like,
I mean, we've been surprised before.
That, you mean when something fell off a cliff?
Yeah.
Yeah. But thoughts and prayers. I certainly hope it doesn't. I also picked up ActRacer Renaissance. There were other things I got on the day of the direct, but we'll get into that. But I grabbed ActRacer Renaissance and I immediately started playing it. That was kind of like a, are you fucking kidding me kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Because There is like a group of video games that I was convinced that Square Enix had just forgotten existed. That they were just like, whatever, these games don't exist anymore. Like, these games are dead to us.
Right, the audience is gone sort of thing.
I think it had less to do with the audience being gone and more to do with the development studio that originally developed the games dissolved.
Oh, okay.
Unceremoniously. And so these are a group of games that Square Enix owns the rights to. And Square Enix has only recently started being better about the stuff that they got from the Enix side of the house. Only in the last several years they've been like, oh, wait a minute, you mean we can make a whole bunch of money around the entire world with Dragon Quest? You know, They were so used to the idea of only cashing in on that Dragon Quest money in Japan. The notion of international Dragon Quest money seemed to be new to them. And so there was a development studio in the 90s called Quintet. And there are people who will tell you that they think that Quintet made some of the best video games of all time.
Are you one of those people? You can tell us, Brian. This is a safe space.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
It's important to let people know where your loyalties lie.
Okay. And just for those of you keeping track at home, what Quintet did included ActRacer, Soul Blazer, Illusion of Gaia, Robotrek, Terranigma, Grand Stream Saga, and Planet Leica. These are, ActRacer through Grand Stream Saga are, to, most folks' mind, essential, right? They're games that, you should play.
Okay.
And I'll put it this way. If I had a choice between Earthbound showing up on Super Nintendo on the online service tomorrow and Terranigma showing up on the online service tomorrow, I would want Terranigma to show up.
That seems serious.
Terranigma has never had a proper release in the United States. And what's wild is that's despite having been localized for English. Terranigma was localized for English as part of its European Super Nintendo release. So it was released in Japan and it was released in Europe. So they actually shelled out the fucking money for English localization because of the European card and pick your language.
And then they just went we're good.
Right. But the game that kicked off what's a lot of folks call the Quintet cycle was ActRaiser. And ActRaiser is one of the original hybrid genre games. Back when the idea of taking games and combining genres still felt like a new idea. ActRaiser was a game where you play side-scrolling adventure where you're I am a god and I'm walking around with a sword and I'm fighting things. And I'm fighting bosses and stuff, and this side-scrolling kind of beat-em-up style adventure game. And then, after that's done, I return to an overhead view of the world where I take what I've acquired and the energy that I've acquired, and I use it to help guide civilization in a world-building god game.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Sure.
And they managed to absolutely create a synergy between these two styles of gameplay. This was a launch game for the Super Nintendo, so it was right out of the fucking gate, here's some wild shit that really showed off what the SNES could do when it came out. Mm-hmm. And so ActRaiser Renaissance is a from the ground up total remake of ActRaiser. Yeah.
Okay, I gotcha. So it's all new graphics, all new...
Yeah.
It's all fancy now, but it's still the same vibe.
They have added new stuff.
Ooh.
Yes.
What kind of stuff? Good new stuff?
It is all, in fact, good new stuff.
Nice. Doesn't always happen that way.
Yeah, they managed to not fuck this up. And I was just, really, really surprised because, not only did they manage to not fuck this up, they, I guess, just developed this thing in total fucking secret. Because they're like, oh, hey, ActRaiser Renaissance. We've remade ActRaiser from the ground up. We've added, like, whole new features to the world building section. We've added whole new, like, levels to the side-scrolling part. We've added new boss battles. Please check out our rearranged orchestral score. And you can, like, swap at any time between the orchestral score and the original score in the game. So if you're just like, I want to listen to the original ActRaiser music because it was a fucking bop, you certainly can.
I want to listen to the bee-boops.
Yes.
Give me them good bee-boops.
But it is just absolutely fantastic, like, how good the arrangement is. Like, the music, if you listen to the modern music, absolutely sounds like ActRaiser. It sounds like ActRaiser. So, man, this seems to be hope that Square Enix realizes that they control, like, a large portion of Quintet's catalog. You know, they control everything from ActRaiser to Terranigma, and they control Planet Leica. So if we could get, like, an Illusion of Gaia remake, or an Aerobatrek remake, and a Terranigma remake, and a Soul Blazer remake, that'd be great. That'd be great. I'm here to buy them all. I'm here to buy them all day one.
So if you don't know, if you didn't play ActRaiser originally, say.
Yeah.
Would you recommend this for new people as well?
Yes.
Or do you think it's mostly just, like, for nostalgia people?
No. ActRaiser is, like, Jesus. Okay, like, I feel good that
It's okay. Go ahead.
I was going to say,
take your time.
I feel good that I have, like, games that I can speak so highly of this week.
Yeah, especially after the last couple weeks. Like, it's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Being able to talk about things that are good and not just like, I bought this game, it fucking sucks.
Didn't I have some good games last week? I mean, I remember I had a stinky pickle, but, like...
Yeah, you had some good games last week, but, like, the stinky pickle was real bad,
yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah, but you're right. I have definitely had 2 weeks in a row where I've had some stinky pickles. But, like, ActRaiser is just, like, one of the best video games of all time. And so, like, a lavish, well-done remake of ActRaiser, which expands upon it without compromising any of the original components, is, like, a fantastic opportunity. Like, it's like, hey, y'all, like, if you've never played ActRaiser, like, get on this. Like, it's a great way to, I think it is a great way to experience ActRaiser for the first time. As I settled back into it, I was reminded of just how good the player onboarding experience is in ActRaiser, that despite the fact that it was asking the player to do some, like, really weird shit for the time, moving between, like, two completely different genres of game, that it really taught you in game how to move between those sections. Like, okay, like, here's what you're going to do in this type of the game, and then here's what you're going to do over here.
It, like, spends the time to educate the player.
Yes, and it is fun while the little people are expanding the world in your name after you've directed them to build in your name. You're like, build in my name, for I am God. And they're like down there building.
In your name, for you are God.
Right. There are these, like, wells from which, like, demons spring forth to try and, like, screw with your villagers. But there is a Cupid, like a little angel, that you normally use as, like, your cursor in the world building section. And the Cupid can then be used to shoot arrows at the demons, and it's a good time. It's like your pointer is now shooty. And it's just like, everything about it feels so fucking good. There are bad remakes out there. There are disappointing remakes out there. There are things which are just simply remasters or re-releases. And then there's something like this where it's like obvious somebody involved with the project actually gave a shit about this video game. And the work reflected shows that. And I hope that means that there is somebody somewhere at Square Enix that said, hey, wait a minute. We control one of the most respected and loved video game catalogs of all time. Do you think maybe we should do something with it? I'm hoping it's not a one-off.
It's not flash in the pan. It's
like
a continuation.
Yeah. I think that $30 is, like, absolutely a good price for it. You know, like, if they had gone full price, it probably would have chased some people off.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, considering how, like, gigantic this fucking game is, like, $30 is more than fair. So, yeah. Actors Renaissance.
Good.
Thumbs are up. Do we want to thank a group of people?
Yes. I believe we are financially obligated to thank a group of people who assist us in crafting a bespoke show every week.
Does sound like a good idea.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, we have a Patreon.
We do.
Which can be found at patreon.com/Impossible Coin Podcast. And there are people who have gone to that web zone and said, please take my money. And I hope for those people that we return to them value. And I want to thank Tuan Castillo, Oscar Garcia, Big Sach. Big Sach, we heart you. You do so much for this show.
Little brother,
yeah.
Big Sach. Little Big Sach.
Yeah. Joe Spiro, who I believe is either this show's grandpa or this show's dad. I don't know. There's some kind of lineage on the show.
You're the dad of the show. Joe is the grandpa of the show because without Joe, none of us would have met. Yay! We still technically haven't, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah. And Sigurd Albrecht, a.k.a. the premier waifuologist, Sig.
Yes.
And Joseph Ray. Oh, Joseph. Jesus, fuck me running. Fuck me running.
Amazing.
Joshua.
10 out of 10. It was going to happen eventually. We were going to mess one up.
I mean, Tegan.
It's a new one every time.
Like, the problem is that there's one which normally is a landmine that I trip on every time, and...
Yep. And this time it's a new one, a brand new landmine. Congratulations, Joshua Reza. You get to be the brand new landmine.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I'm in the clear. Whoops.
Immediate.
That,
That's great. 10 out of 10.
And I think that's probably that's the key, is that I breathed this sigh of relief.
Yep. Don't do it. Tripped yourself up.
But y'all are awesome. So, like, I guess on this front, what do we have planned for y'all? Something which is going to happen soon is, I'm not sure when it's going to happen, but probably, I think within the next month or so, is we're going to do, like, a salute to the ZX Spectrum and really dig into, like, why it is such an important platform. It feels appropriate. So, stay tuned for that.
Mm-hmm.
Tegan, is there anything that you have in the plans for our Patreons, our patrons?
The only thing I can think of is like an updated Zelda app, which is definitely due because there's,
Mm-hmm.
Zelda things.
Right.
There are always Zelda things. It will always happen.
Rocky,
Mm-hmm.
do you have anything you want to bring our patrons?
No comment.
No comment. Okay.
Secret
sauce.
There's gotta be some secret sauce,
And then as we get closer to the happy holidays, I think that where some of the holiday-themed content this year is going to live is probably on the Patreon feed. Whether...
Are we still gonna do our holiday watch-alongs? Because, there are some movies coming out in that Netflix Cinematic Christmas universe.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Did you hear there's another Princess Switched movie?
How could these princesses keep fucking switching? At this point, they just gotta put a bell on them.
They really do. God, it's great.
Oh, man.
It's terrible. They're so bad.
Okay. So this is like the fourth one, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh. This is the fourth one. I don't think they're introducing it doesn't sound like they're introducing a new princess to be switched with, though. So it's going to be just the three. Oh, God. That series is a whole mess. A whole mess!
How did they not up the ante with a fourth princess? Like, excuse me.
I think we need a second commoner, is the problem. I think we've got to bring the Vanessa Hudgens, the first movie that she was in, the night time travel movie, The Night Before Christmas. I think we got to bring that commoner in with her Royal Knight boyfriend and make them interact with the two princesses and the one, or I guess one of them's a queen now. The queen, the, like, duchess.
Right.
The commoner who runs the bakery. And, like, have them interact with those guys. I think that's where we have to go at this point. It's too much.
I think that the strat is that at this point that they just need to go. They've already hinted at it. They need to go whole hog, and we need the time traveling night movie, and we need Christmas Prince to just full on crossover.
Yep.
We need the Christmas Avengers here.
Holiday Avengers.
We need the Holiday Avengers. They've teased it out enough. We're ready. Hopefully we can keep more secret documents inside of fucking acorns.
Secret baby documents inside of acorns?
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
And maybe if we're really, really lucky, they could all, like, maybe they go take, like, they're like, hey, let's do Christmas in Africa. Because, you know, hey, why not?
Oh, and we get, like, the wildlife sanctuary lady in, too.
Yeah, with the fucking elephants. Like, come on.
Yeah. And the lady who does the Christmas calendar, which we still haven't watched yet, she can come and take photos of all the royals together or whatever.
Jesus Christ.
Speaking of messes, though, Brian, do you want to talk about some news?
I do.
Yay!
2021's premier video game related manufacturer of Stinky Pickles is still up to it.
It fucking is. God damn it.
Tegan?
Yeah.
Why god damn it?
You know why. Read the thing. Go on. Go on. I provided the articles for you this time.
Like, y'all at home, when I opened the show doc this week, I saw that there was already Activision-Blizzard in the doc by the time I opened it, and it was already assigned
There were two in the doc. Those are two separate articles.
Already assigned to me, and I was like, I guess this is my burden. For whenever we're talking Activision-Blizzard, except explicitly for whenever we're talking about boots on the ground. Activision-Blizzard is my beat. Boots on the ground is Tegan's beat. So, hooray. Mm-hmm. So I guess Activision-Blizzard is our shared hellscape, but Tegan's off the case most of the time.
Yeah.
Fucking Activision-Blizzard. Okay, so, like, I was absolutely sure that at some point the Fed was going to get involved into looking into Activision-Blizzard because they are too large a publicly traded company for this shit show to be going on as long as it has without the Fed getting involved. I thought we were going to get, like, maybe the Department of Labor, but I didn't have SEC on my bingo card for which part of the Fed was going to be the one to look into Activision Blizzard. Did y'all, like...
No, I had no idea.
Yeah, like, I really thought that this was going to be Department of Labor.
Mm-hmm.
The Department of Labor doesn't have power.
But...
Now they do? No, they still don't. You're right. One day, when everyone's in a union again.
It also seems like Activision Blizzard was cruising for a punitive House hearing. Like, I'm used to whenever, like, large entertainment companies or sports companies fuck something up long enough, they get hauled before Congress. So that way, like, Representative, like, Jim Whistlestuff, who, like, represents, like, Pig's Knuckle what the fuck, can be like, so let me get this straight. You make video games? Or is the life of your staff game over? As they vamp for the C-SPAN cameras.
Right, yeah.
And I was like, all right, you know, if I had to pick what I thought was going to happen, I would have said, like, congressional hearings that accomplish nothing, or a National Labor Relations Board, or Department of Labor. I didn't pick SEC, so I would have been wrong. The SEC is now investigating Activision Blizzard for its labor violations, and Activision Blizzard has confirmed that, yes, in fact, the SEC is investigating them for, quote, employment matters and related issues.
You can't see my smile, but it is so big.
Activision Blizzard says that they are cooperating with a EEOC commission investigation into employment practices and is working with multiple regulators on, quote, addressing and resolving workplace complaints that it has received, and that they are committed to making the company one of the best and most inclusive places to work.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Sure are.
Yeah. The news of the SEC investigation caused the stock to further take a shit another 3.4%. And if you're keeping track at home, which I certainly hope you do, since this news about Activision-Blizzard first broke early in the summer, they've lost 20% of their overall stock price.
If you're still holding on to it, like, get out now, man.
Just fucking sell.
It's just gonna go further down. You can buy it back. You can buy it back way lower if they manage to, like, salvage all of this, you know? But for now, just fucking get out.
I like that. I like the idea of the Fed putting the screws to Activision-Blizzard. With this news, with the idea of, like, the Fed finally turning their eyes to them, I want to go ahead and float a question to y'all. I want to ask, is Bobby Kotick making it out of 2021 as Activision-Blizzard CEO, or are they going to issue him his golden parachute and be like, look, everyone, Bobby Kotick is out. Aren't you now satisfied?
He's getting a golden parachute.
I think it might actually be more expensive for them to give him the parachute. I think he stays.
I think he gives them the option. I think he gets out one way or the other, you know? I think he gets out, but he's not allowed to be a CEO of anything ever again. Sort of vibe.
Like once he leaves, he's
not going to have another job ever, you know? So I think he's going to hang in there, but I think as part of, like, whatever the conclusion to all of this is he leaves.
But, like, his annual, like, a buyout for him is going to cost them more than, like, $200 million.
Right.
Yeah. Jesus fucking Christ.
It's a kick out, you know?
Well, like, splitting hairs there. Like, I think Bobby Kotick should not be in charge of a major American company anymore. But I do know that Activision dealing with all of this, and, like, I don't think they're going to make enough money from, like, the next Call of Duty to shrug this off. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be an actual hit for a company as big as Activision-Blizzard if they get rid of Kotick. Like, this lawsuit may also be a significant hit, and I hope it is, but I am hard-pressed to say in terms of numbers which one will hurt them more.
Here's what I think happens.
Mm-hmm.
The government's investigating them, number one. Mm-hmm. Next thing that happens, Call of Duty loses its military contract entirely unless Bobby Kotick leaves.
I wish they would do that. I don't think they will, but I really wish that that's the timeline that we live in.
And then there are either he leaves or there are no more Call of Duty games. Either way, I will be happy.
Now, there is no formal agreement between the U.S. military and...
Of course not. Of course there's no formal agreement.
No, I'm just saying that there's money not changing hands there.
I mean, there was money changing hands because the military did sponsor the Call of Duty, like, league thing. Because we talked about how they dropped their contract for that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But I'm saying, like, they don't allow any military, like, they don't give, like, the rights for any military gear or anything else to be used anymore.
There'll be a government-level cease and desist against...
Right, exactly.
Activision.
You're not allowed to tell the stories of the U.S. Army, like, none of that. You have to make up your own games with your own stories. And then they fall apart at the seams.
Maybe. Or they do, like, what Battlefield is doing. Or, like, something closer to, like, Far Cry, where they just, like, fudge some details. But I think that would also...
gets the new military, like, okay. Battlefield becomes the new Call of Duty.
Oh, God.
Who speaks for the Bandicoots, though?
The Bandicoots go up for adoption and are taken by someone who actually cares about them. They get, like, a loving father for Christmas, and, like, that's the feel-good story that comes out of this all.
And there's two Bandicoots, and they switch places, and one of them becomes a baker.
One of them actually becomes, like, something else, like a Ratchet and Clank sort of situation. One of them becomes a Kazooie or whatever the hell.
A Bandicoot gets an internship at Sega, and, like, he thinks that means he's going to go, like, work on Sonic, but in truth... he's now, like, the new Lost Judgment protagonist due to those legal entanglements.
What if instead Sonic ends up good? What if we're in the timeline where the next Sonic game is really good?
That could be cool.
World of Warcraft and Call of Duty completely fall apart, but Sonic becomes like the best game ever released, ever.
Damn, Sonic becomes the new ActRaiser? I'd like to see that.
Things are also great for Activision because, you can tell things are going well for your company when the person leading your high-profile game, which is yet to come out, decides to
dip.
to dip. Peace out and leave the company.
They're so screwed.
Yeah. So, Choco Sunny. Sunny? Sunny.
Mm-hmm.
Sunny?
Yes.
Sunny.
Yeah.
Sunny.
Yeah.
Who is currently, or I guess was currently leading the Overwatch team, has left. And if I'm checking my scorecard, I believe that this is the second exodus for a Overwatch lead producer inside of 12 months.
Yeah, you would be absolutely correct.
Jeff Kaplan was like the last original
Overwatch guy. Mm-hmm.
Blizzard guy. Like from people who had been in Blizzard for eons and eons and had been with Blizzard before Activision bought them. Kaplan was the last one of the people in leadership who had been at Blizzard that long. And Activision said all kinds of shit like, oh yeah, we assure you that this is not reflective of the culture of Blizzard changing. These people are leaving not because it's terrible.
Yep, just because they have other opportunities now and stuff. And don't worry, Overwatch will be fine.
Yeah, we wish them the best.
They made the right decision.
Yep.
They felt the boat sinking and they got off. And they were right.
Ben Brode and Yang Wu leaving Hearthstone. Ben Brode and Yang Wu were the people who led the Hearthstone team, and then they left, and they're like, fuck this, and they left, and most of the team left and went with them to, their new company,
mm-hmm.
Second Dinner, and Second Dinner is still, working on its first game, which is going to be a hero-based collectible card game, if that sounds familiar, but they landed the Marvel license for their game. So, whenever that thing comes out, it's just going to fucking eat Hearthstone's lunch because it's the creative team that originally developed Hearthstone, and now it's got Marvel in it. So there you go. Hooray, I'm Iron Man, and I'm playing against Loki, and it's fun, and there are card packs, and there are hero powers, and woohoo.
Are you going to play it?
Yeah, I think so.
Are you going to play it because you're supporting Second Dinner, or are you going to play it because you're not playing Hearthstone anymore?
Why not both?
Yeah!
Because, there's a part of me that really enjoys... I love collectible card games. I love two-player collectible card games which have, quick turnover times for games. Being able to, play a full game in something like 10 minutes and still have it be, a deep tactical experience feels good. And so knowing that a creative team that I know is capable of doing that and left that company years ago will be doing it somewhere else means that I will. It's wild.
You are fully confident in their capability of making the same game but better.
Yes, and it's wild because my interest in that game has got zero to do with the Marvelness of it. I'm okay, it's gonna have the Hulk in it. Who cares? Ben Brode made it.
Mm-hmm.
On board. But yeah, I mean, things you don't realize but then understand later is that when all of those people on Team 5 at Blizzard left, it's just I remember thinking at the time, man, why is all of Team 5 leaving Blizzard? What's going on? It's just crazy. And then this year, we found out that Activision-Blizzard really is a fucking hellscape.
It's that's why they're leaving.
Jesus.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Ugh. Lord.
Good for them.
I don't know. I think at this point, short of criminal charges for somebody or Bobby Kotick out, I can't think of any way it gets worse for them. I mean, I suppose that they could lose so much market capitalization that, somebody could make a play for them. At this point, I don't think that they would have to get softened up quite a bit in order for like Tencent to make a play, because Tencent's got their own shit going on right now. But God, it would be hilarious if somebody bought Activision-Blizzard. I would definitely enjoy the schadenfreude on that.
Tencent in charge of the big, like, American war game would be hilarious to me. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, there is that. Rocky, what's going on with Netflix?
So we mentioned very briefly a few months ago that Netflix was getting interested in video games. You know, they have been scooping up some personnel and whatnot. And they've actually released a couple of things. Curiously, they released one game into their Netflix app in Poland. And one thing that we didn't talk about back then was that Netflix is interested in creating a live, like, game service. That they want to make it so that Netflix is releasing games and you can just play them through the Netflix app. There isn't a second app or, like, devices you have to buy. It would just kind of run through the things that you already have available. But they're not there yet. The thing that's coming up is that they are releasing a game that's another tie-in to a Netflix property, which is Kate Collateral Damage, which will tie in with the Netflix-produced movie Kate, which seems to denote a pattern that what they're trying to do is bring back the licensed video game spinoff. They want to make a world where they make something for you to watch, and either in anticipation or shortly thereafter the release, you have a video game that allows you to navigate the space of the world that you just watched. And personally, I think this sucks. There are a lot of reasons why licensed video games failed in their heyday, mostly because they were rushed to be timed with the movie or whatnot, and Netflix won't have that problem. But I don't think I want a world in which large-scale video games are made to tie in with, like, movies forever. What it tells me specifically is that Netflix isn't really interested in entering the video game space with, say, Sony or even, like, where Microsoft is. They want to enter in the space where Fortnite is, where their goal is simply to monopolize your attention as opposed to create interactive experiences for you to have fun with. And, bums me out a little bit. That's what I brought today.
I think it is an important distinction that you are making also. Like, it being a movie tie-in as a money grab as opposed to a movie tie-in as, like, a legitimate experience. Like, I don't want to say, like, movie tie-in video games aren't legitimate, but, like, as a, like, complete, well-thought-out experience.
Right. Because, like, video games, in almost every sense of the word at this point, are actually bigger than movies now. And even in some cases, some people try to sell movies that they pass off as video games. And I feel like that parity isn't missed by Netflix. And it looks like something that they want to take advantage of to make more money in the future. And to me, that sounds lame.
Okay. I have
a thought?
Maybe a couple.
Yeah, Rocky knows me. He's like, oh no. He's like, that's Brian in the wind up there.
No, I also recognize it's the wind up, but, like, I was being optimistic.
Oh, Jesus. All right.
I'm kidding, Brian. I dare you, I promise.
In fact, I can't help but hear you because you never stop.
No, I'm just playing into my trope as the mean one on the show.
So, I want to say, I guess, two things mainly. One, I think Rocky is right. I think that if we were to scratch this and kind of, like, look at, like, their underlying philosophy and their underlying strategy, this has nothing to do with, like, crafting. Like, I think if they were to sit there and make, like, good video games that, like, capture people's interest and then kind of, like, draw people toward the Netflix property because they're like, hey, man, I really like this video game. It's so fucking good. I wonder what the movie's like, or I wonder what the show's like. That's one thing. Right?
Sure.
But just kind of creating this, like, synergistic platform, which is like, congratulations, you have just finished watching the shitty Orientalist racist fuck movie, Kate. Now play the shitty Orientalist fuck game, Kate. Like, this is Fortnite. In fact, I move that we turn Fortnite into a verb. Like, this is Fortniting.
Fortnite is already a noun? So I guess it could also be a verb.
We're verbing the noun.
Okay.
We're verbing the noun here.
Gotcha.
I think the thing that makes me angry about this, just purely from, like, a artistic standpoint, is that, like, as many, like, shitty, fucking bad LJN video game adaptions existed in the 90s, and, like, shitty movie adaptation games got shit out onto the PS2 before they effectively killed it as a thing, because when the 360 and PS3 happened, what movie companies decided to do was to move their crappy cash grabs to phones. Mm-hmm. They're like, that's right, you know, The Dark Knight Rises on your phone.
Yeah.
Experience the movie in the pocket of your hand. What?
The hand of your pocket.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I hold your pocket? There are, I want to say, to the very good movie tie-in video games of history, I see you.
We miss you.
We miss you.
Please come home.
Because, like, there is a history of dev teams out there being like, hey, y'all, we got a pile of money from some movie studio to make a video game.
Let's make the best fucking video game we can.
Right, and that, like, what they would do is they would kind of, like, use it as an excuse to, like, do, like, wild shit and, like, crazy shit, because essentially nobody was looking. And that's such a weird idea to think that, like, nobody was looking, but essentially the people who were exercising oversight over the project were different kinds of people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They were, like, looking for different kinds of things when they would come in and be like, hey, I'm just here just to check up on how our money's being spent. I'm just the guy from, like, the Broccoli estate and, like, the Ian Fleming estate to check up on this James Bond video game. What are you guys doing? Oh, we're just doing some really weird shit. We're revolutionizing how enemy AI works. We're incorporating stealth mechanics, and really, first-person shooters will never be the same after this game. Okay, are you making James Bond bad or anything? No. Okay, proceed!
James Bond's still hot, right? He gets to bang a woman maybe off-screen. Excellent.
Oh, fuck. Did that happen in GoldenEye? I actually don't remember.
There's no implied banging in GoldenEye.
Damn! I thought I had a hidden memory to find. Oh well, I'll find it later.
There would be now, though. And it would not be hidden.
Mm-mm.
But, like, the way you interacted with the world in GoldenEye was just, like, absolutely fucking revolutionary for the time. Like, it was nuts, the things you could do.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that, like, the projectiles from the weapons were not hit scan was such a fucking big deal. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, you mean that, like, the enemy just can't point at me and then, like, it means it registers a hit? Like, the bullet actually has to travel through space to hit me, and my bullet has... Yes, and, like, my bullet has to travel through space to hit them. The speed of my movement impacts the sound of my footsteps. Like, I mean, I can legit fucking sneak my way through levels. All of this in, like, 1998 for a first-person shooter was, like, legitimately fucking revolutionary. Aladdin for the Sega Genesis, absolutely tremendous fucking game. The sprite animation on Aladdin still stands up. Like, I am convinced that somebody legit sold his soul to make that video game. There are so many good movie tie-in games, but the thing is that it's an issue of volume, is that despite the fact that there is a history of very good movie tie-in games, you know, shout-outs to Batman Returns for the Super Nintendo. I love you. You're so good. Mm-hmm. There are a shit ton of good movie video game adaptations, but there are also a shit ton of bad movie video game adaptations. And now there is something new, which is, I think, more insidious, and that Rocky was exactly right to, like, you know, call it out, which is just, like, the thing which is more occupied with the monopolization of your time, which is, like, agnostic to the idea of its being good or bad. Like, the game doesn't care if it's good. The game doesn't care if it's bad. The game only cares that you are playing it.
Right.
And that if you're going to stop playing it, the thing that makes you tired and want to put it down is you're like, well, I guess I'll just put on a Netflix. I'm just envisioning a world where you're, like, playing some fucking goddamn Netflix video game, and you come across the chess minigame, and as you're exiting the chess minigame, you get an on-screen pop-up that says, would you like to watch The Queen's Gambit? And
the Queen's Gambit is on, hey, season 3 just dropped or whatever. You know, while you are playing your stupid chess minigame.
yeah, and you're like, my eyes are tired. Why don't I just, like, throw in the Queen's Gambit and scroll through my phone because my solo's dying? That's Netflix. That's what they want.
The world's on fire anyway. May as well just distract myself.
Yep. So, fuck you, Netflix. Fuck you. And also fuck Kate, but that's an entirely other speech. I think that we're going to talk about something which is not going to end in us shouting fuck something.
No. That's inaccurate. I'm sorry, Brian. I hate to disappoint you like that. We will be swearing. Spoiler alert. We will be swearing.
Okay, well, I think that there is one thing on this list of items here which is going to make us all do a big cuss.
Yeah, we'll do a big cuss. We'll do a big group cuss together. It'll be very therapeutic. But there's good in the bad. There's treasure in the trash.
Okay.
It's just not it's just spread out, unfortunately.
I feel like there's more trash in the treasure, but that's just my perspective, I guess.
Yeah, like I think that on balance I was marketed too well this time.
Yeah, all right, that's fair. Okay, valid. It's all a matter of perspective and how bad you think the trash is. But Nintendo did a direct on the 23rd. Mm-hmm. And oh boy, was it a ride in both good and bad ways. The first thing they did, which I know Rocky is excited about, or I assume he's excited about, is they announced Monster Hunter Rise is getting a huge summer expansion called Sunbreak that's going to feature some new monsters, some new hunting actions, and some new locations.
So, yeah, Monster Hunter Rise is getting its, mid-step expansion, the same way that World did. Mm-hmm. That seemed to be something that worked for them last time. I am also interested in the parity between the two subtitles, like Iceborne and Sunbreak. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I'm really digging the vibe from the teaser trailer. It's giving, really, Bloodborne-type vibes. Mm-hmm. And I hope we get a little bit darker. I hope we get, themed monsters or, maybe even themed variants. Because there were some Monster Hunter games in the past, for example, Raytheon had a variant called Dread Queen Raytheon, and that was cool, and it was a hard-ass fight, and it was worth, my time. I'm interested in the new map, because we're going to get to travel through a castle, which would normally be a very small, very simple map in, Monster Hunter, but since we're doing Rise, which has, the Z-axis as a playable space, where you can, zip up and whatnot. Mm-hmm. I'm interested in using that kind of space, 3-dimensionally, or maybe 3-dimensionally. And that's going to be really cool.
There's time travel in the castle, Rocky.
Is there for sure? Do you know? Who do you know, Brian? Who you been talking to?
How did you discover the secrets?
Oh my god. Okay, anyways. I'm also interested, although I'm probably not going to partake, of the fact that they announced that the PC version of Rise is going to come out next year, next spring. And I believe they said explicitly, but I'll have to double check the language, that Sunbreak will simultaneously release for both Switch and PC. Mm-hmm. There was not crossplay in World, and they kind of settled or made peace with that by making the release schedule so disjointed that it didn't matter. PC was just a solid 6 months behind consoles. But if they're going to be in time this time, I want to know if crossplay is going to be a thing. I am also interested in the new hunting actions. I wonder if that means that we're going to get the super system that we had in Generations, if we're going to have styles tied in, or if we're just going to get some new universal mechanic like the Clutch Claw did for Iceborne that fundamentally changed how the game worked altogether. It feels kind of lame to say that I got really excited by looking at and hearing this 2-minute announcement with a 40-second teaser trailer, but I have a lot of questions and I look for them to be answered in the next year.
Sir, I need to remind you that I was on a podcast that did a hour and a half on a 2-minute trailer for Breath of the Wild 2.
Fair. Withdrawn.
That was a thing that happened.
When they started this thing, when they started that trailer, Rocky, I legit thought that, like, I was like, oh, wait a minute. They're doing another Dragon's Dogma?
Yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah. But yeah, like, I will say, Rocky, I hope it's everything that you hope for.
Yeah, it'll be cool.
Yeah.
I got a lot of hopes. One thing that I have decided to stop hoping for is Mario Party Superstars.
Okay.
They're adding classic boards or whatever, and they're adding a minigame only section, which seems like all the innovations that were present in Super Mario Party. Mm-hmm. And so, like, it further hammers home the idea that it could have been an expansion. But now that I'm thinking about it, I remember Super Mario Party not doing that well when it happened. And doing an expansion on top of the game that didn't do that well, as opposed to, like, a new release and like basically like a reintroduction to like Mario Party to like the Switch audience, isn't the worst idea. I guess it was like a kick in the nads like a year ago when they announced it, but like I saw this and it's like, you know what, I get why they're making a new game and I don't care. So yeah,
I like the Boo board. I think I'm gonna pick it up.
Okay, I mean,
I think
honestly,
I'm gonna pick it up. I like themed boards, and I historically did not really play the other Mario Party games, so all these boards are going to be new for me. I probably won't pick it up on initial release, though. I'm going to wait until there's a pre-owned copy out there.
Honestly, whenever we get to a point where like entertaining people is a thing again, that's probably where I'll pick it up, and like it'll almost certainly be on sale. Right. And I will just like, oh, hey, yeah, we're going to have people over. Like, let's just run some Mario Party Superstars. Why not? And just throw it on the screen while doing whatever else we're doing. Yeah.
It's a good, like, board game for non-board game people. You know?
Yeah. It's certainly a party game.
I like the Boo one. I saw the haunted one. I was like, yeah, okay.
Tukinson.
Right, yeah. I'm like, oh, is it themed? You mean there's seasonally themed content? I'm in. Fucking Animal Crossing. Anyway, then they announced Voice of Cards, The Isle of Dragon Roars, which is new Yoko Taro game. Art looks like Nier, sounds like Nier. I'm getting it for Alex. It comes out October 28th. So I got some time on it at least. But I'm definitely, like, Alex played so much freaking Slay the Spire. Like, he's really into, like, the randomized card game stuff. And you know what I mean. So I think it's going to be a good fit for him. And it'll be better than Slay the Spire. I'm tired of watching Slay the Spire.
I remember seeing this and like I was like, okay, I guess this is cool. But then I saw Yoko Taro's name on it, and I have questions. But personally, I just think it'd be really funny if like Drakengard lore was like buried in this game.
You know what? Secret fear.
I fully expect that to be.
None fear, one fear. That's it. I'm gonna have to play this game to understand Nier Automata better.
I looked at that trailer, and it did not take long in the trailer for me to go, like, is this Drakengard? Yeah. It is exuding that vibe in a big, big way.
It really is. None fear, one fear, many fear. I lied. I have so many fears. Oof. It'll be fine. It'll be fun. We'll let you know how it is. Well, I mean, you know, I'll let you know how it is. Kind of.
For sure.
I'll let you know how fun it is for someone else to sit and watch, at least. You know, pick your poisons. And then after that, they announced Disco Elysium, the final cut, will be coming to Switch October 12th as a digital release, and then physical editions will arrive early 2022.
Good for them.
Good for them!
Am I finally going to play Disco Elysium?
Are you finally going to play Disco Elysium, Brian?
Seems like a personal question, my guy.
Yeah, I know that, like, Disco Elysium is one of those... It's one of them games that, like, people were like, everybody should play Disco Elysium. And I'm like, that seems like a lot. But, like, a lot of the stuff about, like, just how much choice is truly available in that game.
So much.
Yeah.
Way too much, honestly, but whatever.
I think we also said that you specifically should play Disco Elysium. I believe that was part of our conversation around Disco Elysium. I've been wrong before, though.
I think that came up, actually.
Yeah, I think so, too. Brian, maybe you should play Disco Elysium. It comes out digitally October 12th.
But I need to play Skyward Sword!
I know you need to. You need to play Skyward Sword before you play Breath of the Wild, or I will come into your house and I will eat all of your cheese.
That's a... This... Tegan,
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody's ever told you this before, but when you threaten people, it's very specific.
Tegan knows her abilities. She knows where to target you, dog. Like, oh my god.
I'm sorry, did I tweet about the cheese I got this week? Like,
I'm just secretly a fairy, and I know that you got cheese this week.
Oh no.
I'll eat it all. I won't even appreciate it. I'll just eat it. I'll
Jesus
tell you it's
Christ.
bad.
Just no notes, like no flavor profile, just it's bad. You probably shouldn't have bought this.
This cheese, absolutely hate it. Give me those crackers. Terrible.
that's unkind.
Well, that was the point.
That's the point.
Yeah.
Who's crying? I don't know who. I lied. It's Miko. He's upset.
Oh,
he would
God.
like me to share the cheese with him. I will consider sharing the cheese with my cat.
That was a good laugh. I think that added like another 3 years to my life. I really am going to live forever.
Well, that was a sensation. Wow. Good lord. Damn. I am really glad to see more ports like Disco Elysium happening though, because it really does feel like as the major AAA publishers become less and less important, it just seems like most of the important video games which are not from major AAA publishers end up on Switch anyway, because they're just in their development targeting specs that'll mean okay, well, are we going to be able to run this on Switch eventually? Sure, EA and Ubisoft and Activision don't always target be able to run on Switch.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like most video games which are going to move a lot of copies which are not from those publishers do ultimately come out on Switch. It just feels like at this point major AAA publishers are missing out when they don't support the platform.
Mm-hmm.
And Disco Elysium is a big deal video game. And so just hey, Disco Elysium, it's here now. More than a Switch is adequately supported, it was more of a some of these other companies are so slow that they can't pivot quickly anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it feels like they weren't, even though we're close to 5 years in now, they weren't prepared for the Switch to be a success.
Right.
And they're still oh shit, wait a minute. There's a lot of customers there? Fuck. I don't know. Fuck.
Sigh
Shit.
and shake my head.
Yeah.
Fools. You absolute buffoons.
I mean, admittedly, the Wii U did shit the bed in a huge way.
Oh, yeah,
for
sure. For sure.
But I would have expected them to be able to pivot 2 to 3 years in, right?
Right.
They should be supporting the platform at this point. It's fine to not have anything ready for launch.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's fine to be okay, they shit the bed on the Wii U. But, they should have slates for this fucking thing by now.
Oh, yeah, by now. It's dumb. But yeah, I agree. I think at launch, if you don't have anything ready for a particular platform, that's fine. Because you want to see what's up, see what
you want to make sure
see what the console holder does with it.
You want to make sure you're not burning money by supporting the platform.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So, what else, Tegan? What else?
So next they announced Hyrule Warriors Expansion Pass Wave 2. Finally coming out October 29th. Yep, that was the thing. And then I still Hyrule Warriors is still not my favorite Zelda game, and I still understand why they did it for this one, and I still don't agree with it. But it's fine. I'll play it. Now that both the expansions are out, I'll get the expansion, and I'll play the thing. I'll tell you what to think about it later. I'm not happy about it.
But why aren't you happy, Tegan?
Because I don't like Hyrule Warriors. I don't think the Legend of Zelda series lends itself well to the Dynasty Warriors formula, and I really don't think they play well on the Switch in particular. It's near still impossible in 2-player. Don't even do it. The frames get real clunky. Solo, it's a better experience, but it's still, like, too much almost for the system to handle. Like, it's a 5 out of 10 experience overall for me, and I'm mad I have to play it for lore reasons.
So, I think the thing that frustrates me is that it's specifically Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity that runs like shit.
Yeah.
Hyrule Warriors Hyrule Warriors runs fucking fine.
Yeah,
on the
it runs
Switch.
fine. I just don't know what's wrong with fucking Age of Calamity specifically. I don't know what about it is just too much for the system.
Right, and also, like, it's not like handling the...
Like, I do want to say, granted, I haven't re-picked it up since its initial launch weekend, so, like, maybe they've patched it and fixed it by now, but, like, I'm not holding my breath, personally.
You know, like, Tegan, I have kept track of, like, some of the, like, people talking about, like, performance patches for that game, and I can tell you, it is not optimistic.
Yay! Okay.
But the thing that, like, frustrates me is that, like, it's not like the Switch is, like, incapable of this from a technical standpoint, because just this year, the same team put out Persona 5 Strikers, which is
fine,
an even more graphically demanding game. Like it's like they're putting even bigger mobs on screen. Like there's more complicated shit going on, and in addition to that, they're just like, fuck it. Also, check out our big open world to replicate the experience of playing fucking Persona 5.
Right?
Because
honestly.
like in Persona 5 Strikers, you're also doing shit like going and meeting people and like doing all of the relationship building stuff. Like they're like, hey, what if this was, in addition to being a Dynasty Warriors game, it was also a Persona game?
Right, and those are, like, key for the Persona experience.
Right. And so, like,
it's
seeing
so
how...
frustrating. It's so frustrating. I'm so mad about it.
And I think the thing that really, really frustrates me about it is that, like, I loved the first Hyrule Warriors game. Like, I thought that the first Hyrule Warriors game was, like, absolutely the most, like, bonkers, silly, dipshit, fun Zelda theme park.
Good.
Yeah,
it was genuinely like a joy. As long as you weren't like, oh, this one's canon too. Like they said, no, it's not canon. Don't do that to me. But like, it was a fun romp around. You know, it's just
they introduced some like dumb OCs. Like they're like, here's Lana, do not steal. Like
right,
just...
and then like when Marin came in, when she has the bell, like that's just so good, you know? Ugh.
And like, I'm trying to think of other like really dumb shit moments from the original one. Oh, it's like, oh, like now you're the fairy of the fountain.
Yep.
There you go. Like,
have
this
fun.
is dumb. And it's just so goofy. It's like goofy in that way that Dynasty Warriors games are goofy.
Right, and I don't know if like one of the reasons that Hyrule Warriors is bad is because it's like too serious. I don't think it's that. It's just graphically a nightmare. I think that's like the main problem. There are other problems with it, but I think the main problem with it is that like graphically it's a nightmare, and like there are other games that are better, that are in the same style, that are on the same system. Oh, mad about it. Mad, stay mad.
I saw some stuff from like Age of Calamity that like made me think that like the wacky I wanted was there. I think I saw Link with a set of nunchucks, and
well, and now
they're
definitely adding like the other the other Sheikah, so, like, you're not just gonna be able to play as Impa, you're gonna be able to play as, like, the 2 scientists, and they have a whole wacky system of, like, Sheikah technology where, like, one of them has, like, extendable arms that have blades on them that come out of a backpack, and, like, that's big goofy.
And that's great. That's fucking great. But if the game runs like shit,
it's not gonna be any good. No. But if we want to talk about a game that they announced afterwards that looks goofy and looks like it runs well, Chocobo GP is going to be your Final Fantasy, totally not Mario Kart racing game.
I'd like to posit that this may be your Final Fantasy, totally not Diddy Kong racing game.
Oh, valid. You know what? Also, yes, accurate. I'm sorry. My bad. Final Fantasy, totally not Diddy Kong racing game. The Chocobo got rollerblades! God, it looks goofy.
Yeah.
Vivi was in a little car!
This definitely looked like the kind of game where I would use the word dumb as a compliment.
Yes, it looks dumb, but it looks like it's not taking itself seriously. And the graphics look like very much in line with what it's trying to accomplish. Looks cute.
So Rocky, when you say Diddy Kong Racing, like that's a big pull. Like when people sit around and they talk about like kart racing games, and they talk about like the top of the mountain, Diddy Kong Racing is often put at that list. Like where would you put Diddy Kong Racing in your personal like hierarchy of kart racing games?
I mean, it's top 5.
Oh, man. What would have a chance of being higher?
I mean, I really like Double Dash, but I think I'm not sure if it's actually higher than Diddy Kong Racing. I just spent more time with it, I think. I did
like Double Dash, though. Double Dash was good.
I actually think Mario Kart Wii was a bit more experimental in ways that I found interesting. Twisted Metal's up there, although it's difficult to call that a kart racing game like all the way through, but I'm going to call it one. Shit, there is something that I'm forgetting. I don't know what. It'll come to me later.
Is it Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed?
Nah, not really. I mean, they're fine. Like, it's not for me, but it's okay.
Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed is the Citizen Kane of kart racing games.
If you have fun with Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed, like, good for you. I'm happy for you.
Enjoy yourself.
But it's so good.
Is it good?
No. I can be the Shenmue man.
Oh, yeah, fair. Okay.
You can do that, yeah. It's an option available to you.
I can be Ooh La La.
I don't know who that is. I fail as a video game person.
It's the Space Channel 5 lady.
True. I know who that is. I know who that is. And I only know who that is because Hatsune Miku had a costume based off of her in Project Diva. I'm live on air.
It's possible that it's time for me to walk into the sea.
No, not yet.
We have more video games to talk about.
We gotta complain about it. So Super Smash Bros. Brawl Ultimate, they announced that their last fighter will be announced on... The last fighter for Fighter Pass 2 will be announced on October 5th. There will be a special for that. It is the same day that the fucking Nickelodeon All-Stars Brawl comes out. All-Stars Brawl comes out. So that'll be fun.
So I have 2 guesses for the final character, and the real guesses, alright? Not me fucking around.
Okay.
A unique Sakurai Mii, or something that allows you to use the Master Hands.
Okay.
Or Master Chief.
Ooh, alright.
Yeah, I think that's where they're going.
Okay.
Tegan?
Yeah.
Do you have a guess for final character?
My guess for final character was just Sakurai putting himself in the video game, like the Sony execs did in Nier Automata.
Right.
That's my guess. Just straight up Sakurai, and he is OP as shit.
Mm-hmm.
His final smash is called Never Ask Me for Anything Again.
His final smash is called Walk Into the Sea.
Where he just, like, messes with the code of the game directly and deletes all the characters.
Oof.
He just Undertales that shit.
Right, exactly.
There have been so many recent Nintendo games that have been, like, added as, like, trophies or spirits or whatever that, like, I think that we're pretty comfortable in assuming that it's not going to be any of those because of the way that they've already been recognized in the game.
Right.
Sure.
And there was another thing that we'll circle back to later on when discussing this direct, that shows that Nintendo and Microsoft are increasingly cozy with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And
you agree that Master Chief is a good guess?
I do. I really do.
Is it going to be Master Chief with, like, the Halo sword, or do you think it's going to be, like, a Samus Shadow Fighter? Because I could see them announcing Master Chief as a Samus, like, Shadow Fighter, but then adding, like, an additional character. You know? That makes sense. That makes sense in my brain.
So, like, I think that if they were going to do a sword fighter, all right, and
I didn't say sword fighter. I said shadow fighter.
Okay. Ryan gets to put on his Halo hat for a second.
All right, please do.
Okay. I think that if we were going to get a sword fighter from Halo, then I think it would be Arbiter has joined the battle. But I also don't think that being the last character added to Smash, there would probably be some people like, who is the Arbiter?
Mm-hmm.
If they're not necessarily like Halo people.
Right, I got
like, and that if you're adding somebody from Halo and you want to make sure that like everybody recognizes them, everybody recognizes them, you have two choices.
Master Chief.
And Cortana.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cortana feels to me like the Wii Fit Fighter edition, you know? I think it would have to be Master Chief. Between the two of them.
Yes, I absolutely agree. I think that, like, everybody pops for Master Chief. Like, he's, you know, like, this is the Royal Rumble. Who's coming in number 30 at the Royal Rumble? And it's like, it's fucking The Rock. Everybody's excited because it's The Rock. Everybody knows The Rock. Like,
right, yeah, exactly.
Master Chief is The Rock coming in 30th at the Royal Rumble. Like, everybody knows Master Chief.
Right.
And part of the joy of Smash Brothers from the start has always been, like, this idea of it feels like you're making all of your toys play together. It's why the hand, you know, as the final boss has always been resonant, is because the entire experience of Smash Brothers is supposed to feel like making all of your toys that don't belong together, you know, fight each other. And I think Master Chief is just like one of the ultimate possible expressions of that.
Okay, what if, riddle me this, what if the last fighter is actually a two-parter? It's two fighters. It is Master Chief and also Sora Kingdom Hearts.
Sora's not making it into this game, I'm sorry.
That's
no.
Fair. It'd be fun.
The Sora and Smash people.
I mean, it would have been good.
I want his ultimate attack to be a tri-attack with Goofy and Donald.
I feel like Sora would have made it in if Kingdom Hearts 3 didn't flop the way that it did.
That's fair. Okay. That is valid.
But, yeah.
Do they announce another fighter pass at the end of the presentation on the 5th?
I don't think so, because I can't remember his name right now, but the presenter for the Direct said that this will be the last presentation on Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Mm-hmm. So they may announce another game down the line, but I don't think they announced a fighter pass on the 5th.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. I can see it. Okay, and then Nintendo sent us off in a rocket, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, which is an open world Kirby in a post-apocalyptic world coming spring 2022.
The last of Kirby Automata looks great.
Yeah, honestly, Kirby of the Wild looks amazing. Super Kirby Odyssey looks so good.
Also, that points to why, like, I don't think they're going to do more Smash stuff, because, like, Kirby is Sakurai's baby, and they're probably going to let him spend his time on this.
They said, Mr. Sakurai, you've done enough. Have some Kirby as a treat.
Right.
Like, was anybody surprised that they were popping for Kirby in this Direct? Like, I was like, oh shit, I can't believe how excited I am for a Kirby game.
I like Kirby. I think he's cute. So no.
Okay, but Tegan, let me ask. I want to ask some qualifying questions here.
Uh-huh.
Are you excited for Kirby generally, or are you like, Kirby is fine, Kirby is nice?
I'm generally... I enjoy Kirby when I see him. He does make me, like, giggle on the inside, and I do pick up the games. Usually within the first week of them coming out. I don't always beat them all the way, but I do pick them up when they're full price, because I do enjoy the Kirby. He is cute.
Okay, but you're not like, oh, fuck, Kirby, snap.
No.
Like, you're just, okay.
No, I'm like, oh, yeah, there's a new Kirby. Nice. And then I pick it up and I play, like, 90% of the way through. And then I never finish it.
I think that this is a good time to bring Kirby to 3D. They had definitely been getting diminishing returns on the formula as it existed. I was like, Jesus Christ, how many times can I fight this fucking tree?
I love the tree.
Know?
I want to fight the tree in 3D now. Can I fight the tree?
Fighting the tree feels new now.
Yeah, it does. It looks new and fresh. I'm excited. This looks like the best lemonade I'll have all summer, even though it's coming in the spring. It's like a watermelon spritzer mojito.
Can I share something with you guys?
Yeah.
What's that?
So there's a moment in the trailer when like Kirby's like walking through like the abandoned mall, and then he comes up to an escalator, and it kind of looks like he's gonna walk up like one of the staircases of the escalator. But I was actually genuinely surprised when Kirby like jumped on like the space in between the escalators and walked up, because like it felt like forbidden space, you know?
It was forbidden space.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so big. It's like when you see people like on the London Underground, and they're like sliding down the thing between the escalators. It's like that's illegal, and then Kirby was standing on it, and I'm like, that is also illegal but different.
I'm really interested because like there are a lot of ways to make 3D platformers that look good in sizzle reels but feel unnecessarily restrictive when you're playing them, and it doesn't look like Kirby's going to be one of those.
I have a little bit of concern when it came to seeing like the walls of the mall. It didn't feel like I didn't get like the Breath of the Wild feeling like I can Kirby float up there and just land like and explore the entire mall. You know, I feel like there's going to be a little bit of a rail there.
I get that.
But not enough that I'm going to feel like I'm stuck on a track, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm glad that makes sense. But yeah, I did add this to my list of things to pre-order.
I gotta get my pre-orders right.
I just hope it doesn't... it's going to be so busy next spring. I'm going to be so busy.
Told you 2022 is gonna slap.
I'm going to have Horizon, and I'm going to have Kirby, and now I'm going to have Zelda. Ugh. With Kirby coming out in the spring, though, I feel like this really solidifies that Breath of the Wild 2 is coming out in the fall next year. For sure. At this point.
This is the first time in a long time that Kirby has felt like a tentpole game.
Yeah, this is going to be like where like Breath of the Wild 2 came out, I think. It's going to be like an early March release sort of deal. For
several years, for several releases, Kirby has been like ... and also Kirby.
Right.
Like, here's our schedule. We've got like, Mario and Zelda and Mario Kart ... and also Kirby. Like,
right. And this time it was like, we have Kirby!
Yeah.
And also some other games.
So, like, it definitely felt exciting, which is not a thing I was expecting to fucking say. Like, I was not expecting for Kirby to look fresh and new and exciting. But I'm here for it.
Yep.
I'm here for it. Like, 2021 was the year that, like, brought me open world Mario in the form of, like, Bowser's Fury. So, like, I'm here for open world Kirby. What else they talk about, Tegan?
Then they made another announcement that there's an announcement coming up. There's going to be an Animal Crossing Direct in October, and Brewster's Cafe, The Roost, is coming to the museum in November in a free update, which is very exciting. Also, if anyone's looking, I do want to say this here because it's related. If anyone's looking for the Sanrio amiibo cards, I know they're selling for $1 bajillion online. My local Target had like 90 just hanging out in the video game case. So like, you can get them again. They aren't completely sold out, and like, you don't have to murder people for them anymore. You can get them for $5. So do that. Yeah.
I'm just tangentially reminded of this. I was assaulted on TikTok this week.
As usual.
Yeah.
Was it one of us that did the assaulting, or did your For You page do it for you?
My For You page assaulted me.
Okay. What happened?
I'm scrolling, and there's this fucking thing going on called Anka Zone.
Yeah.
It's a whole... You are familiar with the Animal Crossing character Anka?
Yeah, Anka, for people who don't know, Anka is a cat who is modeled after, like, the ancient Egyptian Sphinx statue, specifically. She wears the mummy dress, and her natural hair is, like, the Sphinx headpiece with the snake and everything. She's very cool.
She lives in my town.
Does she? That's so lucky.
Yeah. She got a golden toilet in her house.
Aw, of course she does.
Yeah.
Golden throne. Necessary.
Yeah. It's always weird whenever I roll into Anka's house and she's, like, sitting on it. Because it's like, wow!
You're like, oh, I'm sorry. Pardon me there, ma'am.
Like, how many of the critters have crappers in their houses? Like, it's not many.
Not many.
And, like, most of the floor space of her house is, like, taken up by just, like, big-ass pyramid in the middle of the room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But Onkazone, right? Mm-hmm. There are some people who have made Anka-themed pornography and are flooding TikTok with it. And I'm just scrolling my fucking For You page. And, like, TikTok, at least 80% of what I fucking do on TikTok is, like, look at and share videos of cats doing fun things. Why are you coming for me, TikTok? What is this weird bullshit? I don't want this. And the problem is like...
We are on very different sides of TikTok once again.
Like, you know, like sometimes I get this fucking guy on my TikTok who's like, things that will mess with your perception of time. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, guy. And then sometimes I get the guy who's like, hey, y'all, my name's Trey Crowder. Let me tell you about these Republicans. Fuck them. I'm like, okay. But, like, I don't get nearly enough, like, old video game stuff on...
on your TikTok?
Right. And I've even, like, liked people on TikTok that are like, I like old video games. I like Japanese video games. Please give me more of this stuff on TikTok. And TikTok's like, how about Onkazone? And I'm like, no!
See, I don't have Onkazone. I've been assaulted all week by the Berries and Cream Little Lad Dance, the proposed Muppet version of Empty Chairs at Empty Tables, and what else? Those are the main two things I've been assaulted by this week. We're not on the same parts of TikTok.
I mean, admittedly, like, I think that, like...
Oh, like, feel-good cooking shows. That's what I get a lot of, also.
Sometimes I get the cat who cooks.
The cat who cooks is good.
You know, I like when he goes, wow! And then he tries to make it.
Mm-hmm. I get Tofu-chan sometimes still. I like Tofu.
Yep.
Tofu's a Shiba Inu who gives you good advice. But it's not good advice. It's just goofy dog advice.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm sorry for you and your Onkazone. I have heard of the Onkazone, but I have not seen it, and I hope the TikTok gods are not listening to me. Don't give me the Onkazone. Don't do it.
I don't want to be in the Onkazone. No one wants to be... You know, I guess somebody wanted to be in the Onkazone.
Somebody wants... I feel like it's, like, similar to, like, the people who want to be in the Bowsette zone. Like, that's probably a similar audience with not 100% overlap. That's what I think it is.
I think that those, like, circles... Like, it's definitely a Venn diagram.
Yeah, it's a Venn diagram, not a circle. But, like, there is some overlap there. And I think that might be why you're getting Onkazone.
TikTok, if you're listening... I'm not that kind of pervert.
I'm a monster fucker. Not the same thing.
Entirely different kind of pervert.
Oh, God. Anyway, Animal Crossing update. It's coming.
No Onkazone DLC.
No Onkazone DLC. Mario Golf Super Rush got free DLC announced. You could download it as of the 23rd. They added the Koopa Troopa Ninja and 3 additional courses. I'm so glad for people who are playing Mario Golf Super Rush. Then they announced Disney Magical World 2, the Enchanted Edition, which contains all of the DLC from Disney Magical World 2, will be coming out holiday 2021. Brian?
Yeah, so...
They added, like, the little me dude. I think that's cute.
Did anybody fuck with this when it was on 3DS?
No. Not I.
So, like, I went and, like, looked into this game because it is a expanded remaster. And I was like, what the fuck is this game? And lo and behold, it's pretty much just Disney Animal Crossing, which I guess I didn't really realize. And that, like, you're wandering around, like, a world which has, like, Disney-themed neighborhoods. And that there's, like, various, like, past-the-time activities. You're like, all right, I want to goof off and fuck off in my little Disney town for a while. Like, I guess I'll go fishing, you know, that kind of thing. Like, or like, oh, Winnie the Pooh needs help. And I didn't really realize that this was like Disney Animal Crossing. And so that's when I was like, this game's going to make a shit ton of money, isn't it? Because there's a ton of people who bought Switches who weren't necessarily like heavy into the 3DS ecosystem. And then there's also a ton of people who are heavy into the 3DS ecosystem who are probably like, oh, whoa, I would love to play this game again and have it look all lavish and pretty on my TV.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the thing that mainly made me think about, the thought it mainly made me like ruminate on, is like, how many other just like absolute gold mines exist within the 3DS catalog where someone can just be like, hey, we're putting this thing out on fucking Switch. Like, there is, like, at this point, like, the Wii U catalog has been pretty much, like, strip mined. Like, there's really nothing left, right? Like, we've gotten all of the Wii U games. They've all been ported. What 3DS stuff is there that... I'm pretty sure that, like, Nintendo could, like, flip a switch and be like, hey, everybody, Detective Pikachu, and, like, a whole bunch of us would just buy Detective Pikachu again. Are there other ones you can think of from, like, the 3DS catalog?
I mean, Miitopia. Miitopia. Does that count? I did that.
I think it does.
I did that.
Yeah.
Also, what's the other one? The other one. Miitomo. No, not Miitomo. Is it Miitomo? Tomodachi Life. That one.
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah, Tomodachi Life. I would buy lots of games again, Nintendo, which you already know because I continue to buy games that you've already put out. I'd rebuy all the Harvest Moon games. Well, no, the Story of Seasons games. They don't even need they don't even need, like, real big updates. They just need to look a little nicer. I don't know if there's anything that's, like, super locked on the 3DS that I would buy again, for sure. I'm sure once one comes out, though, I will do it. Like, when that game comes, I'll be like, oh, yeah, that one. Bye.
Like, I'm going to be a niche douche for a second. I think that if they released Concept Revolt, I would be like, finally some fucking food and buy Concept Revolt, like, right away. Because who doesn't want to play a JRPG that isn't a combination of Magic, the Gathering, and Monopoly?
Okay.
You know, so that's one. Have the first in the Bravely series been re-released for Switch?
Nope.
And there it is, .gif. Like, I'm pretty sure that they could put out, like, a Bravely Default and, what was it, second?
Yeah.
Bravely, like,
Bravely
in layer?
Bravely Default, Bravely Second, and Bravely Default End Layer.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they could throw those out and people would buy them again.
Yeah, but they're busy. They're doing other stuff.
And if the place that Square Enix is throwing those resources is fucking making remakes of the Quintet games, do that instead. Yes, you're doing fine, sweetie. We don't necessarily need you to put teams on porting Bravely Default if what we're getting is Act Racer Renaissance instead.
Mm-hmm.
So that's fine. That's fine. I would give, like, at this point, I would just give Nintendo money if they would put the existing Style Savvy games on the Switch. Like, if you're not going to give me a new Style Savvy game, fine. Just give me the ones that already exist on Switch. So there's one.
Okay. I think if they did a Style Savvy on Switch, it would be a eShop only sort of thing. I don't know that it would get a physical cartridge.
You know what? We had already moved in that direction by the time we got to Styling Star. Like, Styling Star was, like, physical everywhere except for North America.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
Gotcha.
That's fine. So, you want to give us Styling Star? Give us Styling Star or Fashion Forward. Just fucking put them on the eShop, please. There are 3DS games out there that we're all willing to buy again.
Mm-hmm.
So, good on this, like, Disney fucking product for recognizing that. Like,
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm not excited for the game itself, but I am excited to see that, like, more of this kind of stuff is coming.
Yeah, like, I think that, like, turning to the 3DS catalog, stuff that there might be games in that catalog which are better experienced sitting on your ass in front of a television is a cool idea. What else?
So after that, they announced that Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic is coming to Switch November 11th.
I think it's a good idea since they're gonna try to do a remake, so people can like see what they might be getting into. Also, Knights of the Old Republic is just a really good ass video game that I don't think has any sort of portable iteration, and now we have that. Or we will
well, I currently have Knights of the Old Republic with full controller support on my phone.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. And, like, that was the thing that made me wonder, because, like,
Is that an Apple thing, or is that a everywhere thing?
I think it might be on Android. Checking. Science.
Research. Hacking into the mainframe sounds.
It is available on Android.
Okay.
And it looks like the Android version also has full controller support.
Cool. Well, that's good at least.
And I'm here to tell you that KOTOR for iOS is a famously very good port. It is a very, very good port. And so, like, when I saw that, like, KOTOR is coming to Switch, I'm wondering if it is a from the ground up port of the game, like, or are they lifting from the existing mobile ports? Because this is a case where, like, if they are lifting from the existing mobile ports, that's not a bad thing. So, I'm curious. Tegan?
Yeah.
You're going to guide us further through this direct?
So then they announced altogether Dying Light 2 Stay Human, the cloud version, Dying Light Platinum Edition are coming to the Switch. Dying Light 2 is coming February 4th. Dying Light Platinum is coming October 19th. I'm not particularly excited for either of these on Switch, necessarily. I think they're fine on Xbox and PlayStation.
I'd be plenty excited about it. If it could actually run on the fucking device, I'd be excited about it. How about that?
Yeah. I think that's where I am, too.
Yeah.
Whenever they release something that says cloud version, I'm like, oh, okay.
Right. Like, I mean, y'all know that I am about as big a Hitman fan as you can get. But, like, I am not going to tell anybody to play fucking Hitman 3 on the Switch because, like, it's just such a, like, unstable, things might go sideways fucking experience when you're like, I guess I'm reliant upon the quality of internet for this gaming experience. And we're just not there yet, people. We're just not there yet. So, Dying Light 2 looks like a plenty interesting video game. And, like, we have, like, touched on Dying Light 2 over the course of, like, multiple E3s over the years. And, like, Dying Light 2 does indeed look like a fucking fascinating game, and I am looking forward to playing it. That all said, it genuinely looks like the worst possible place to play it is Switch.
Yeah. I think just get it on your Xbox. It's gonna be on Game Pass, I'm sure. Just do it that way, you know, if you have...
They have, in fact, announced that this game is coming to fucking Game Pass.
There you go. So you don't even have to buy it. You just gotta buy a Game Pass. Game Pass is like... I said it before. I'm gonna say it again. Game Pass is the best deal.
It really is.
Let's see. And then they announced Triangle Strategy. No longer Project Triangle Strategy, just straight up Triangle Strategy. March 4th, 2022.
Yeah, so official title's a little disappointing.
Mm-hmm. Still looks pretty.
I do like that the team is showcasing the actual, like, changes they've made through their feedback. It feels more like a patch notes type of thing. But with this team, we've seen it before. We saw the same thing during Octopath. And it looks clean, and it looks like it's going to run well. I'm not expecting, like, a groundbreaking experience from it, but I think it will be a very honest, like, 2.5D Final Fantasy Tactics type of game. And that's cool. That's all I really need from them.
Yeah. Yep.
Good talk, everyone.
Yeah, great talk. We all agree. Yep. Mm-hmm. Rocky's right. Isn't it nice when you're just right, Rocky?
Yeah, I guess.
Don't you want to be right all the time?
I don't, like, deeply, but, you know.
I do. I
know.
want to be right forever.
That sounds like a terrifying burden.
Okay, so the other audio that's just on my For You page all the time is the cult leader one.
Yeah.
And, like, that's why. Don't you want to become a cult leader? Since God, there's been a vacancy open. You can fill that void. Here's how. Yep.
I mean, that's just ActRaiser, right? Like, that's the entire pitch of ActRaiser.
That is.
Yeah.
So then they showed us Metroid Dread. More Metroid Dread. It looks cool as hell. I won't play it. I won't play it. It looks cool as hell. It looks so good.
It's going to be on, like, 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'm not going to play it.
Why are you not going to play Dread?
I'm not super into platformers. I'll watch someone else play it, but I won't play it myself. Alex might get it. but I won't play it. I drug Brian.
Nah, he's fine. He'll be okay.
I'm fine.
I am excited for it. It looks very good. Like, I'm not dissing it at all. I'm just like, I know it's a game I'm not going to play. It's a game I will watch someone else play and enjoy watching them play very, very much.
I am looking forward to this game, making me very uncomfortable and anxious. I am looking forward to this anxiety.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to your anxiety as well. I can't wait to hear about it. Starting October 8th, just in time for spooky season.
Spooky season is underway.
What? No, it's not.
Spooky season is underway.
Not yet.
I don't know. I saw All I Want for Christmas Is You the other day. Like, I'm pretty sure spooky season's underway.
You gotta put that salt circle out, Rocky.
Yeah, you're right. I'm working on it.
Here's what I do. Okay, you get the crushed salt, right? And you just grind up some peppermint, like real fine in a mortar and pestle, and you just mix that in with your salt, and she does it. She stops and gets distracted. Anyway, then they announced Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack, which is coming late October. It will include a new plan that you will need to get the new games. The new games are N64 games and Sega Genesis system games. And if you have this new Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack, you will have access to purchase Nintendo 64 controllers and Sega Genesis controllers that will be compatible with your Switch.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
They did lower, I do want to say this, as the owner of, I don't think Brian's on my thing, but Rocky, I think you're on on my family plan.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they did lower the price of the family plan.
Okay.
And I thought I got charged the wrong amount because we got charged for the yearly family plan before this announcement came out. So I was like, oh, did I have like a credit on my account or something? This isn't right. That's not what it was last year. So they have lowered the price of the family plan in anticipation of the Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack.
Okay. So. Indeed. Let's talk about the list of N64 games first. They showed us that the games that are confirmed for the launch of it for N64 are Super Mario 64, Mario Kart 64, Star Fox 64, Yoshi's Story, The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, Win-Back Covert Operations, Mario Tennis, Dr. Mario 64, and Sin and Punishment.
I'm sorry. 1 second. Brian, was that a chuckle I heard about win-back covert operations?
It was.
And win-back covert operations, for people who don't know, is a certified banger, all right? And I personally think it was a great idea for Nintendo to have this unsung hero show up early so they don't break the bank trying to port all the other stuff that's obviously fan favorites.
So, all right. Like, something which has been true about SNES and NES releases that have existed thus far for Nintendo Online, it's been really interesting to see that, like, as they have put out some of the games which are what I would call, like, more obvious choices, they've put stuff in which I would call, like, cult favorites as well. Like, cult classics where people, nerds like me will be like, oh shit, they're putting this on Nintendo Online? Fuck yeah. And, like, 10 guys get really excited. And so I'm not so much laughing at the game itself, Rocky. I want to clarify that. What I'm more amused by, it is within the first batch of N64 games that they're wheeling out, like, the beloved cult classic. Because there are some people who are very fucking serious about win-back.
Yep.
And I did not know that Rocky was one of them.
Yeah, sure.
But like, yeah, like, it is a game which has, like, a small devoted cult following. And so, like, I'm really interested in, like, their selection process for, like, what gets picked for, like, these platforms. Because they have, thus far with NES and SNES, sprinkled in these, like, games which have, like, intense cult followings. And I'm just wondering, like, who's the fucking person at Nintendo who's like, Win back, baby. Now is the time.
Honestly, I think part of it, because Joe, when he was here once, he was talking about how Nintendo was making available games that didn't cost a lot to like localize onto like the streaming platform, but that were actually good. Because like to people who aren't in the know, win back looks like noise. Like it's just like, oh, they just threw in some game here. But if you sit down and play it, which you may eventually, because once again, as long as you have the expansion pack, like you have it forever. It's not an extra cost of entry.
Right.
It may lead people to be a bit more adventurous with their gaming taste and like interacting with properties that they don't immediately recognize.
I think it's fair to say that, like, looking at this list of like initial releases, that Sin and Punishment is also in this category.
Yeah, it got like a Wii like entry, but like almost no one played that, so.
Right, and like so like and that's the sequel. So like the original Sin and Punishment didn't even get localized for the North American market. Mm-hmm. And so they're just like, hey everybody, here's Win Back and Sin and Punishment, and it's just like, holy fucking shit, like they're coming for the nerds right away. They're just like, here you go, nerds, time for some food. And the other thing which I thought was like a good call out was that like at the end of them talking about the N64 stuff, they're like, and here's some stuff that we have planned for the platform. And I thought that there were a few there that deserved a call out. One was Majora's Mask, mm-hmm. which means that like both of the Zelda N64 titles will be available, and also like really like historically within the Zelda series, you know, like prior to the upcoming Breath of the Wild 2, there have never really been two Zelda games that have felt more like companions to each other than Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. And it's because of like the way Majora's Mask was developed, you know, using existing assets, using existing engines, like it's a thing. I also thought that F-Zero X was a call out, and like I know that like the F-Zero fans are deeply, deeply starved.
Shoutouts to Joe.
Yeah. Shoutouts to Joe. And I'm like, is this a sign that there's something stirring in the undergrowth? And then something else, which I think swings back to our Master Chief prediction, is that also on this list of stuff confirmed, Banjo-Kazooie. At this point, Nintendo releasing Banjo-Kazooie on this platform requires Nintendo doing business. Mm-hmm. Because this, like, Banjo-Kazooie is now wholly owned by Microsoft, which means that somebody picked up a phone, somebody did the business, and Banjo-Kazooie is now going to be available on this platform.
I appreciate that someone is doing the business.
Right. And we know, just like based on like the history of Microsoft properties appearing on the Switch. We had that Minecraft dungeon game, you know, like Minecraft was fully supported on the platform. Ori games, Cuphead showed up there when Cuphead showing up anywhere required Microsoft's blessing. Mm-hmm. That like Banjo and Kazooie and Smash, like Microsoft and Nintendo have a business relationship.
Yeah. And it seems to be a good one. Like it's a positive relationship.
Right. Cool Dad Phil Spencer has, you know, talked at length before about one of his favorite things when there were in-person E3s was his time to go take in his meeting with Nintendo, where he's like, I love my meeting with Nintendo because it's where I get to sit down as a third-party publisher. It's good for me to have to wear that shoe sometimes.
I wonder if we're going to start, because so far we've only seen Microsoft games on Switch. I wonder if we will ever start seeing Nintendo exclusives on Xbox. I
think that Nintendo too closely guards its IP because its IP is it's they're never really going to. It's weird because like Switch is the first time in a long time that they have struck like a hardware balance where they're like, hey, please enjoy this like really, really low powered pared down fucking crappy PC. And I don't say that in a bad way at all.
Right.
Like meaning that like, here's the thing which can run a lot of the world's most popular indie games. Like, hey, do you want to play fucking Hades? Like you can do it here. And like playing Hades here is going to cost less than doing it on a PlayStation or less than doing it on a PC. Like come play it here. And so like, Switch has come into a place where it is appealing to a lot of people who are looking for an entry level into the interesting PC indie market. And we know that Microsoft is very interested in diversifying the way that people perceive them as a content provider. That they're less interested in selling you a box now, and they're more interested in getting you invested in their ecosystem.
Mm-hmm.
Here we are, like, in the context of talking about, this is, I think, an important call out. In the context of talking about a Nintendo Direct, when we got to a game, which was Dying Light, Tegan and I both were like, Dying Light looks interesting, don't play it here. Game Pass is the best value there is out there right now, full stop.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and we just said it as fact, agreed on that point, and moved on. That, like, Microsoft has really created this value proposition where their ecosystem is just infinite fucking value. When we are done recording today, I'm going to take off my headset, I'm going to walk out to the living room, and I'm going to play Sable, a video game that I could not be more excited for, which I paid $0 for because I just downloaded it as part of fucking Game Pass. And there's not much that Nintendo could do at this point with, like, very little, like, lifting on their part to, I think, make the Switch a more exciting place to be than to let Microsoft it further into that ecosystem.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, I'm just picturing at some point, like, you know, Nintendo Switch Online plus expansion pass, and then plus Game Pass. Like, if they introduced a third tier at some point where you had to have expansion pass, it's like, if you already have expansion pass, you can now add Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are, like, one of the things that Microsoft has been very, very good about doing is, for the most part, stuff that has come out of Xbox Game Studios, there are versions of the games that will run on goddamn potatoes. Sea of Thieves will run on an actual potato. You could plant a potato in your garden, grow it, and then play Sea of Thieves on it. Gears of War will run on a potato. Halo will run on a potato. Like, Microsoft is very interested in making sure that, like, people who are using very underpowered PCs can play their games. And so, like, I definitely consider that, like, Microsoft has this, like, new, renewed relationship with Steam where they're not, like, holding back their PC releases to just the Windows Store at launch. They're also simultaneously releasing them on Steam. Shows just how interested they are in getting people into their ecosystem. And imagine a world where you can, like, say, buy a Microsoft title for full price on Nintendo's eShop, or you can just, like, level up your version of Nintendo Online to include the Game Pass tier. I could see people doing that. I could see Nintendo being like, that's a positive for us because it's increasing our value proposition without having to do much more internal development. And I could see Microsoft liking it because it applies additional pressure to Sony. Microsoft loves making Sony look like chicken shit assholes. It's something which they've done a really good job of doing over the last 4 years.
I mean, it's not that hard.
Yeah. And so, like, when I see them doing the business, even in, like, little ways like this, where I see, like, Banjo-Kazooie is coming to Nintendo Switch Online, I'm like, okay, like, those phone numbers are actively being used. That relationship actively exists. I guess I just found this list of, like, initial games and the second wave of games interesting. What y'all think? Like, I've yammered on forever here.
I mean, so here's what I think. Because they are releasing Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask in this way, there isn't going to be a 3-game Zelda collection coming out that features, like, mainline console games. If it features games, it'll be GBA, Game Boy Color, like, those games. DS exclusives, that sort of thing. Not any of the mainline titles.
So a lot of the people who were reporting on N64 and Genesis coming to Switch in this way have also previously said there are also patents pointing to Game Boy and Game Boy Color coming to Nintendo Switch Online. Now, not GBA, but specifically Game Boy and Game Boy Color.
Yeah. I think if Nintendo is smart, they'll give the Zelda Game Boy Color games. Well, they already did the only Game Boy game, but, like, the Game Boy Color games, they'll give it the Link's Awakening treatment. I think if they're smart, there'll be a dual pack game with the Game Boy Color games. That's my opinion.
I don't see a reason that they couldn't double dip.
I don't see a reason that they couldn't double dip either. I could see them doing the original graphics as part of like a Switch Online deal, but why not boost it? You already have the assets. You already did the work. You just got to rearrange it.
Nintendo did just sell me a copy of Super Mario 64, and now they're like, hey, asshole, if you had just waited, now here's this.
Yeah. If you were patient.
I think it's entirely conceivable that they could do something like, say, release the GBC Zelda games and also be like, and also this. Like, they're not opposed to double dipping.
Mm.
Yeah. The Genesis games, I don't necessarily think are as, like, telling in their selection. There are, like, absolute bangers in this list. Castlevania Bloodlines, super banger. Contra Hardcore, super banger. Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, super banger. Echo the Dolphin, I guess some people like it, I guess. Like, fucking Echo.
I think that's more just fishing. You know, that one feels... The Genesis list feels more like fishing to me.
Golden Axe. I say this as a person who loves beat-em-ups. Golden Axe is one of the weakest beat-em-ups there is. Like, it is. Gunstar Heroes, certified banger. Ristar, certified banger. Shining Force, certified banger. Sonic the Hedgehog 2, of course it's a certified banger. Streets of Rage 2, all-time great. Musha, okay. Phantasy Star 4, certified banger. Shinobi 3, banger. Strider, banger. So, like, it feels like it's a good list. It's a good list, but nothing weird about it.
So then they announced the Shadowrun trilogy, which is... They did, like, a couple, like, real quick in succession here. They did Castlevania Advance Collection, which is coming on the day of the Direct. So you can go download that on the eShop right now.
Got it.
You got it already?
Yeah.
Have you started it?
No, I had Actracer Renaissance to play.
You know what, valid. Rocky, did you start it? Or did you get it? Haven't yet?
Mm-mm.
Gotcha. Then ActRaiser Renaissance, which we talked about earlier in the show and is highly recommended, so... Then they revealed Tony Fox's actual IRL persona and Deltarune Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 releasing on the Switch today. Chapter 2 comes as a free update to Chapter 1, so you don't have to pay anything extra for it.
It's actually good. I've been waiting for the Switch one because I played Chapter 1 on the Switch, and I knew it came out for PC, but I'd rather wait.
The fact that, like, the Toby Fox IRL fursuit was not the actual, like... That should have been a show-stopping moment, and it wasn't because of something that happened later in the show. Then they went through a couple, like, fast ones where they didn't say anything. They just showed the thing, like the game. Hot Wheels Unleashed, coming on the 30th. Meh.
Hot Wheels Unleashed is giving me strong vibes. Looks real good. That track design stuff.
I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced.
Okay. Fair enough.
I think it's going to be another pickle. I think the track design will be fun, but I think the actual racing will be bad. Does that make sense?
I'm super excited that Stinky Pickles cut on the course of a day.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Then they announced Surviving the Aftermath is coming holiday 2021. Shin Megami Tensei 5. Digital pre-orders are starting now. They're already available if you're wanting to get it. Mm-hmm. But they've talked about Shin Megami Tensei a couple times at this point, so it's just exciting. Wreckfest is coming fall 2021. Then they announced Arcade Archives, Pac-Man, and Xevious are out.
They just came from my wallet entirely.
Did they?
This Direct.
They just launched onto it.
Yeah, they're like ActRaiser plus fucking Castlevania Advance Collection plus Pac-Man and Xevious. I'm like, all right, fine.
You're like, I will open my wallet.
Yeah.
And then they announced, they finally gave us a release date for Maroon Factory 5, which is coming out March 22nd next year. And apparently you can be gay in this one.
Good for them.
Yeah! Good for them. Originally, the same-sex relationships weren't added in.
Mm-hmm.
And then they absolutely murdered everybody with the announcement of an animated Mario movie coming to the US December 21st, 2022.
Wait, is it animated?
Yeah, it's
Yep.
animated.
Okay.
And the rest of the world later. And then they announced the cast. And it was just like getting hit with a car. And then I was hit with another car. And then another car came through those two cars and smacked me again. And I don't... You know what? I said it on Twitter and I'll say it again. After seeing this cast list, I'm really glad that Nintendo canceled the live-action Netflix adaptation of The Legend of Zelda.
Okay. I only got hit by one car, but it was a fucking Mack truck.
Okay. Yeah, I just got smashed with car after car after car, like in a comical way. But it was not pleasant.
I am not here to bag on Charlie Day. I think that Charlie Day will be a perfectly fine Luigi.
Charlie Day will be a perfectly fine Luigi. All of the memes that have come out of that are beautiful.
Right. I think that Jack Black gives off the same kind of like nervous, awkward, what do they call himself on Community? Athletic fat guy. Every group of friends needs an athletic fat guy. I think that he has the right energy for Bowser.
I think he has the right energy for the Bowser that Nintendo is presenting now. The, like, awkward dad trying to be good and also, like, kind of sometimes friends with Mario, but not really. I'm looking for the inevitable Jack Black as Bowsette in this animated feed.
Do you think they're going to claim Bowsette for real,
Yeah, I think they're going to stick Bowsette in it for real, as, like, a dated internet meme. Absolutely. 100%.
I hope the original artist gets paid.
I hope so, too. They won't. But
Yeah.
I hope so.
Fuck.
I think that like Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong.
Man, I don't want to talk about that shit. Are you kidding me? Seth
no.
Rogen is Donkey Kong?
No.
It's a fucking joke, right? Like, there's no way. Like, I want, Brian, I want you to think about your life the last 15, 20 years. And you saw, like, you know what? When did fucking Knocked Up come out? 15 years ago? I want you to think, if someone told you that guy's gonna play Donkey Kong for Nintendo in a live animated movie someday. And, like, how would you react to that information?
I'd tell them they were a liar, and then when they insisted on it, I'd probably try and kick them in the nads. Like, honestly, that sounds like some shitty...
It's a terrible joke.
It's a bad joke. It's not even good.
Do
you think he's gonna do good?
Brian has faith in Seth Rogen's Donkey Kong, apparently. I want to hear this.
I have faith in Seth Rogen's Donkey Kong.
Uh-huh.
I have no faith.
Like, did y'all see Long Shot? Like,
I did see Long Shot, and I don't question his acting chops. That's what I'm talking about. But, man, Donkey Kong should have went to someone else. Full stop. That's all I'm saying. Should not have gone to Seth Rogen.
I mean, let's be honest, most of these parts should have gone to someone else, but that's fine. There's an entire thriving voice actor community. Like, come on. Also,
fucking Anya Taylor-Joy is Peach? Why?
She does not deserve this. It's because they want to make Peach British.
Man, they do.
Because they want to make Peach British. Peach has a voice actor. She says words in the video
British
games.
in the movie.
Like, they want her to be British.
Go ahead, Brian. Tell us
Just
how
like
you love Anya Taylor-Joy.
The way they made Zelda's voice acted character in Breath of the Wild, in the English dub specifically British, they're doing the same thing with Peach. Mm-hmm. Because she's royal, she's British.
Yep. Yeah.
I like Anya. I think she's a good actress, but she doesn't deserve this cast. She
Same.
Be here.
That's what I'm saying. I don't have an actual insult to levy at Anya Taylor-Joy because I do think she's a good actress. I just don't know why they're picking her to be Peach. It just sounds like they just picked random actors that fucking Miyamoto liked out of a hat and then like made them all the Mario characters.
Okay. I look at Charlie Day and I go, this person has the right vibe and the right energy for this role. Mm-hmm. Like Charlie Day, I'm like, I get it. Jack Black, I get it. Seth Rogen, I get it. Anya Taylor-Joy, I think, is a very good actress, but like, I don't see anything about her conveying the right energy or even having that kind of history as a comic actor. The other three people I just named have histories as comic actors. Like,
yeah,
Peach isn't like a comical role though.
But it's like if you're going to play a straight man in a comedy, if you're setting up somebody else's jokes, you have to set them up well. Like,
I don't know that she's even going to be setting up anybody else's jokes. I think she's just the princess. And
I hope Peach has jokes.
She's British. I hope Peach has jokes too. I don't think she will. I think she's going to get yeeted at the very beginning of the movie. There's going to be some like a minimal amount of interactions between her and Jack Black, and that'll be it.
So like, okay, but Paper Mario also happened, and like
Paper Mario did also happen, and I don't think this cast is Paper Mario energy.
That may be true. I'm willing to accept that. But imagine Charlie Day just every once in a while showing, hey, I'm on my own adventure, Mario. Whatever, I don't want to talk about this.
If they don't have Luigi eating spaghetti out of a bag, what is even the point of casting Charlie Day's Luigi?
If Christopher Lloyd doesn't show up as fucking Egad, then what are we even doing?
I saw a fan... No, it wasn't a fan casting. I think it was Kotaku who wanted Bill Nye to be Egad. But, like, I don't know how I feel about that.
You know what? That'd be good. That'd be fun.
I think it could be fun, yeah.
Recent Bill Nye has that, like, scientist who started out good and now is going crazy energy. So I think that's fine.
No, hold on. John Green as Egad.
John Green as Egad would be weird. Hank Green as Egad would be perfect. John and Hank are different people. Hank is the science one.
Oh, you're right. Sorry,
John
geeks.
is the literary one.
Yeah, I'm not thinking too hard about this.
I think that Fred Armisen as Cranky Kong has some weird chaotic energy.
That could be cool. I can fuck with that.
But the fact that they have a Cranky Kong and then they have Charles Martinet making a cameo.
Yeah,
a cameo.
I don't know. It's super disrespectful.
It's horrible. And then they got Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt. No. I'm not seeing this movie. I'm not watching it. I'm not paying any money for it. Zero. Not here.
Here's what I said about this on the Twitter. Him. I'm not against Chris Pratt because he's a doof. Mm-hmm. I love and support many doofs. Mm-hmm. I am against Chris Pratt because he's a bigot who's so fucking dumb he doesn't realize he's a bigot.
Yes. Mario's homophobic now, apparently. Garbage. 0 out of 10. You're gonna tell me that there's an entire plot line where Luigi has a date with a prince in one of the video games and Mario's a homophobe? Are you fucking kidding me? No. Absolutely not. And also to have Charles Martinet in the movie as a cameo. Disgusting. 0 out of 10. Not watching this movie. I hope the internet bullies them into recasting Mario.
Wait, hold on about that.
Them out of fixing fucking Sonic.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that, and I hope it goes differently. Like I hope they bully Nintendo specifically, so that they rethink their casting. But I hope that bullying doesn't shake out to like hurt whoever Illumination's paying to animate this film. So they have to work an extra 6 months.
No, I think it should. I think all of the bullying around this movie specifically revolves around this voice cast, and so all they have to do is recast. They don't have to reanimate anything. We haven't actually seen Mario except from the back on the poster, and so like we don't have no context as to what his fucking face looks like, and that's fine. But I do not want to hear Chris Pratt as Mario when Charles Martinet is right there. Fuck that. Fuck it. God damn it. I'm bullying Illumination and I'm bullying Nintendo. Both of them at the same time. Fuck both of you.
I can't believe that here we are in 2021 and Sonic the Hedgehog fans get the last laugh.
Sonic the Hedgehog fans get the better movie. Fuck off.
Guys, the movie hasn't come out yet. We're not even close. Remember when we all thought the Sonic movie might be trash, and then it wasn't, you know?
That was funny, and it got a sequel, and Idris Elba gets to be Knuckles. Are you kidding me? That's great.
It's gonna be great.
10 out of 10. What the fuck? I'm mad.
The nerds are eating now, Teeks. This is what they paid for it in the 80s, and now we're here.
And I remember when they announced the cast for Sonic, and people were like, Ben Schwartz, what the fuck is this? And then
but Ben Schwartz has always been boys. I remember that, and I remember dying a little bit inside. It's like, I mean, I don't know if he's going to be Sonic, but Ben Schwartz has always been boys. I saw him on DuckTales.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was a fucking great Sonic.
Yeah, he was a great Sonic.
And Jim Carrey fucking lived for the first time in a long time.
True.
Jim Carrey, honestly, perfect casting. That's perfect casting. And like, I'm turning into a monster again. Fuck this guy.
And so like, And so what I guess I'm saying here is that, like, there's a fair portion of this cast that I could be in a different world excited for. Like, I really do want to see Jack Black's, like, goofy dad who can't figure out the parental controls Bowser.
I want to see Bow's dad. That's what I want to see. Jack Black is perfect for that. Charlie Day as Luigi. I don't know how the voice will... I want to hear the voice first, but, like, the unhinged energy that he has is totally fine with me. No, we need a new Mario. We need a new Mario. You can't have him being Mario. You can't.
What? And Anya
doesn't deserve this. Like, Anya, I love you, Anya. You shouldn't have to feel like you need to act opposite of Chris Pratt. No, you deserve a better leading man who you can make a cake for. You know, like.
And I was sitting around thinking, like, who would I want to be Mario? Like, if you're committed to and I can understand the idea of not getting Charles Martinet to do it.
Other than the
yes.
Who's been voicing him for 1,000 years? Are you sure? Okay. If you have to pick another celebrity, because I would prefer you pick an actual, like, a voice actor and not a celebrity actor, personally.
Tegan, I'm committed to the idea of picking a celebrity actor, and here's the reason why.
Okay.
Is that casting people who are recognizable in movies, even if they're people who are, like, less recognizable, like Ben Schwartz, are going to bring with them a certain component of the audience being excited that that actor is involved with the movie. They're like, oh, hooray, Idris Elba is Knuckles. You know, like, that's a thing that helps with movie marketing. I recognize that, like, even if it's a lesser known actor, it being an actor that people can, like, think of a face of helps.
Mm-hmm.
And so if it's not going to be Charles Martinet for A, the marketing reason, and B, also, we don't really have an argument for knowing that he is, like, he's never had to, like, provide what I would call, like, a fully realized rich performance as Mario. Like, like, you know, like, going, woohoo, ha-ha, is, like, one thing, and, like, carrying a fucking 2-hour movie is a different thing.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, if I gotta pick a guy...
Are you gonna pick Danny DeVito?
No.
Oh, good. Okay.
Because, like...
I was really afraid for a minute.
Because Danny DeVito clearly has Wario energy, and he's not in this picture.
Thank you. Okay, yeah. So who do you pick?
Bobby Cannavale.
I don't know who that is. Let me Google.
It's not a bad choice.
Bobby. How do you spell Cannavale? Is it a K or a C?
C. Tegan, I could tee to be absolutely amazed with the way you spell things.
Why?
Duckett Sequoia is on site.
What'd I do? Okay, he seems okay.
Yep. He absolutely is a actor who can carry comic energy when he needs to. Mm-hmm. Can convey warmth when he needs to. So he can be funny, he can be warm, and he can also, you know, dig deep. And I think that if he needs to be brave and say, you know, let's go, I think he could do it. Like, I'm just trying to picture fucking Chris Pratt saying "Let's go," and I die.
He says
I walk into the sea.
Afterwards, when the entire internet was like, "Fuck this," no, he put out a video that was like, "It's a me, Mario. That's not the voice. We've been working on the voice." I was like, "Show us the voice. Fucking show us the voice, you coward, so we can rip you a new one for having the wrong voice also, you piece of shit, man."
Oh god, there's a good one. Good Tegan titles
like,
today.
yeah, I'm pleased to announce it's a me, Mario. And I was like, fuck off, get out of here. I'd be a better Mario than Chris Pratt. And I don't even sound like a man. So that...
Did you add a bullet point which is fuck this guy?
I did. I added a bullet point that said fuck this guy. But now we're going to talk about something better. We're going to talk about something better now. We're going to talk about how they announced Splatoon 3 is coming out. They've given it a subtitle. The storyline has a subtitle. It's called Return of the Mammalians. Judd and Judd Jr. are missing. All of the Octarians are fuzzy now. They've eliminated the spawn thing, it looks like, so there's no more spawn camping, it seems like. There's a new mech suit. There's a new suction bomb, like, grappling system for the bows, apparently.
Yep.
As an ultimate. There's a tiny crab walker, Zamboni, that, like, fucking does paint on the ground. God, I'm ready.
All right, y'all, I'm going to buy this video game at launch, and I need for you, number one, to yell at me.
Yeah. Yeah, let you? Okay. Do you need me?
Okay.
I will show you on stream where the single player story is. I will walk over to him and be like, Brian, if you look in your game, it is right here. Please do this to understand how to learn the weapons.
Brian, I will help you personally learn Splatoon, okay?
Right. Because Splatoon is like right up there with Dark Souls for like game franchises that I stand outside of looking at. Yeah.
Here's the thing. Here's how I learned Splatoon. I will tell you how I learned Splatoon. I played between 2 a.m. and 6 a.m., which meant I was playing exclusively against Japanese players, and I learned through osmosis.
Yeah, that'll do it.
It was very good. I highly recommend it.
Also, Splatoon 2 is getting a patch next month. Can you believe that shit?
It is.
No new content. They're just doing balance changes because everyone's still playing.
Yep. Wild. I can't wait.
Yeah.
When they do the trial Splatfest, I'm ready. 100%.
Same.
Give me the trial Splatfest. Show me who the new pop idols are. Whatever the fake new band is that they have in the background, top tier again. Like having your little scientist do the weird 3 pose and some chucks, 10 out of 10. Kidnapping my cat, I will get him back. Shut the fuck up, that's my cat.
I continue to love the fact that like the Splatoon franchise feels like the most Sega Dreamcast games that were never on a Sega Dreamcast.
Mm-hmm.
I think that they have a new companion in game that was never on a Sega Dreamcast, but sure as hell feels like it was, in the form of Cruisin' Blast, which is also like, this sure does feel like a Dreamcast game, as far as like its weird energy.
Mm-hmm.
But man, I like them little fucking crab walker mech things.
Why
like,
does it look great? It's
It
slow
looks
as
so
hell, but I bet
fucking
it's
cool.
powerful as fuck. Slow as shit.
Oh,
The little hamster ball
man.
roll up. Mwah. Can't wait. Can't fucking wait. Going to Antarctica? Go see a spaceship? Are we going to space? Fuck yeah. I'm ready. Splatoon's in space. I'm done. I'm ready. Let's go. Fuzzy ink? I'm in. I don't care what's going on.
man.
Callie and Mario are back. Where the fuck are Pearl and Marina? We'll find out next time in 2022. I'm gonna guess summer. Splatoon is a summer release typically, so like June to July is gonna be my guess.
I thought they said August before, but I can't remember.
They just said 2022 this time.
Okay.
And then
We feasted.
our one more thing, our final game. Bayonetta 3.
Yeah.
2022.
And she's back.
When the trailer started and they were like the Japanese, totally not police force, with like the big machine guns, and they were fighting, they were like shooting at some kaiju, and like the way it panned up, I was like, what in the fucking Platinum Mask games is this?
Yeah.
And I'm like, is this Astral Chain? Is this more Astral Chain? This doesn't look right for Astral Chain.
They did
And
show
then
the doggo from Astral Chain, though.
Yeah! I was like, Astral Chain? And then you saw like Bayonetta in the reflection of something, and I was like, no way! She looks so good. Mommy, sorry.
Oh my god.
Her braids?
I really like her new look.
The bow? Yes. The idol dancing to control a kaiju creature made out of hair and witch magic.
Yes.
I am on board. I am invested.
Mm-hmm.
I will be here. I don't go here, and I will be here. I haven't played either Bayonetta game. I'm playing Bayonetta 3.
Tegan, you should play Bayonetta 1 and 2. Oh my god, they're so good.
I don't know that I'll have time. Maybe I'll watch someone play Bayonetta 1 and 2, but I don't know that I'll have time before Bayonetta 3 comes out, honestly.
For sure.
I gotta play Breath of the Wild 2 and Breath of the Wild and Horizon Zero Dawn.
2022 is fucking stacked, I swear to God.
2022 is stacked.
Alright, so there's so much afoot going on for fucking Bayonetta lore nerds.
Mm-hmm.
So, the hair.
Yeah. Reminiscent of the style she had when she was a little babby?
Yes.
Yeah!
Right.
With the pink, complete with the pink highlight in it? Yes.
Right.
10 out of 10. The bow? Yes. The idol dancing? Yes.
She also does not appear to be fighting angels.
Yeah, it looks like she's fighting, like, nebulous kaiju monsters.
Right. So it's like, why is she not fighting angels? That's a whole thing to not like. So like, I feel like is Bayonetta but thinking back to the original teaser for it, I'm wondering if Bayonetta 3 is set in 2 different time periods, and that one of the time periods is in between Bayonetta 1 and 2, and the other time period is before Bayonetta 1.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, that'd be interesting.
Yeah. So, we feasting.
We feasting.
Like, this absolutely looks like just the most batshit wild.
This was the fucking weirdest direct overall. From start to finish, it was a time.
Yeah.
Was it good? I don't know.
I think it was
I think that if they hadn't Chris Pratted us, we would be talking about how unequivocally good this direct was.
Yeah, I think you're right.
There was an awful lot of, like, stuff in this direct which shows, like, hey, the Switch continues to be, like, essentially a low-price entry point to PC gaming. You know, you're getting to play stuff like Disco Elysium. Like, lots of, like, PC games show up here. And, like, there was, like, adequate service to the old man market. And also the old man market got serviced in such a way as to, like, invite in new players. Like, just from out of fucking nowhere, like, you know, like, ActRaiser Renaissance is, a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, the stuff that they showed for, like, first-party titles looked great. Like, I can't believe it got bowled over by a Kirby game.
Mm-hmm.
I think that this was a very good direct. I think that people are just being thrown by fucking Chris Pratt. You know, because, like, if you take Chris Pratt... Right, if you take Chris Pratt out of the equation, then you've got an out-of-nowhere Yoko Taro announcement.
Yep.
You have an out-of-nowhere massive Monster Hunter expansion.
Yep.
You have the first 3D Kirby game ever.
Yep.
You have a no advance warning remake of ActRaiser.
Yep. You've got Brewster finally.
Yeah, like, it just... Like, oh, by the way, here's Deltarune Chapter 2. It's free here as well.
Also,
like,
this is what Toby Fox looks like in real life when he's not pixelated. Like, can't believe they doxed him like that.
Oh.
And then Splatoon 3, which looks cool as fuck still. And Bayonetta 3! God, it was good. It's just the Mario movie.
Yeah, so, like...
Bully Nintendo. Call to action, bully Nintendo. Also, bully Illumination. Bully them both. That's our call to action this week.
Lord. I think that's a show.
It is a show.
Hey, everybody. It's called Impossible Coin. We're here every week. You can find us wherever podcasts are found, except for SoundCloud. Fuck SoundCloud. But there is one bright spot of SoundCloud. Just one single bright spot. And it is the man, the myth, the legend, Big Sach. You can find his work at soundcloud.com/Big Sach NJ. He designed the audio at the beginning and end of this podcast. Our logo is also a t-shirt. It was designed by Lauren Moran. You can find her on Twitter at Lauren Moran and consider donating to her Patreon. And speaking of Patreon, as you may have heard earlier, we have one of those too. You can find us at patreon.com/Impossible Coin Podcast, where you'll find our artisanal show notes, our bespoke watch-alongs, and audio essays about things that we care about in particular. We have a couple things coming up soon, so be on the lookout for those. And once again, shout-outs to our Patreons, or our patrons. I forget how we actually noun
The
them.
patrons.
Okay, the patrons. And we stream on Twitch. Tegan's on Tuesdays, I'm on Wednesdays. Tegan is now playing Breath of the Wild, and I'm starting Tales of Arise this next coming week.
I'm probably also going to get Horizon in there sometime. I don't know if we're going to do an every other sort of situation, or if I'm going to have to start streaming on Sundays, but we'll figure it out.
For sure. I've also been meaning to play a bit more demos and, like, do Deltarune Chapter 2, so I might as well do that on stream. We are also on social media. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram. That's where I hang out. Brian hangs out on Twitter. And Tegan is on Tumblr. It's all Impossible Coin. No dashes or underscores or anything weird like that. But yeah, that's us. That's the show.
Peace.